Good evening, Reading Fightin' Phils fans. We're back at the ballpark, and it is sunny this evening as we get ready to start game number 2 of the 6-game set against the Akron RubberDucks, the Cleveland Indians AA affiliate. Yesterday night we got rained and stormed out as it absolutely downpoured for about an hour and a half right before the start of our game. And while it did stop raining at about 8:30, outfield, especially shallow right center field-ish area, was completely underwater, so the field was not playable. And rather than either wait it out or ruin the field for the next 2 weeks, we decided to push that game to Saturday when the weather looks really nice and not 1,000 degrees out here for the guys. So we'll have game number 2 tonight. 1 game, 9 innings, starting at 7:05. Then tomorrow the same thing, and then Saturday will be that doubleheader beginning at 4:30, 7-inning games with a 30-minute gap between the two contests. And then Sunday back to just 1 game beginning at 5:15. Excited to have everyone out here at the ballpark. Looks like a really nice night. Obviously warm, but the sun should set in about an hour, and obviously much better than rain. Reading fell 7-1 on a rainy and quite interesting Tuesday night against the Akron RubberDucks. They were in the contest all the way until the 8th, and that's where they struggled to get out of the top frame, and that's where the contest really stopped. But they battled hard against the AA affiliate of the Indians, and I think tonight is going to be a really great matchup between two pitchers who are going to go deep into this game. Jack Perkins on the mound for Reading against Juan Hillman, who has been absolutely elite in AA. Hillman leads the entire AA Northeast with 9 wins. His last start, 7 innings. Before that, 2 6-inning-plus outings. He's gone long in lots of start this year. Has had a couple of bumpy roads, but the difference between Hillman and a lot of other guys in this league is that he almost always pitches a lot of innings and gets a lot of outs. So therefore, when he has 1 or 2 rocky times, it's not like his ERA is going to go outrageous because he has so many more innings than everybody else. 89 and a third for a 3.63 ERA as a starter, and so we'll look to see him hopefully, well, not hopefully, but you obviously want to knock the starter out early, but he'll probably go 7 innings if he doesn't get rocked by Reading, and we should expect to see 6 out of Jack Perkins depending on how he's doing. And we should see at least 1 inning in relief by the MLB rehabber Phillies pitcher Sir Anthony Dominguez. Here in relief, he had 2 stints in Jersey Shore in relief stretches as he's coming back from Tommy John surgery, a very extensive rehab for him, but he's on the right track right now. He has had 2 stints in Jersey Shore, so we should see how he is doing, as he should come out in relief today for probably about an inning or so in Jersey Shore. Did allow 1 hit in his 2 innings of work, but notched 4 strikeouts for the High A affiliate of Reading, so he'll go here and then hopefully up to AAA Lehigh Valley. We're down for Reading, though. We are home for the next 2 weeks while the other affiliates are on the road. And the Philadelphia Phillies look to have Dominguez back sometime soon, hopefully for the rest of the playoff run and the stretch of the end of the season, as they are still in competition for the NL East. A big win today over the Dodgers, 2-1. So we'll see how all of that shakes out, and we'll talk about how Dominguez could fit in really well in the bullpen, especially in the back half for the Phillies, and we should see him in the back half here for Reading today. We're going to take a short break as we throw it down to the field for the national anthem, and then we'll be back for first pitch here in just a few minutes.
Please welcome Ava Novotny, who will perform our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you sing by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and
Ladies and gentlemen, representing Carlene's Consulting, that was Ava Novotny.
Well, after a wonderful national anthem here at FirstEnergy Stadium, we are just moments away from first pitch against the Akron RubberDucks. Jack Perkins out on the mound for Reading. He's thrown his warm-up pitches down to Colby Fitch, who's behind the plate tonight. The outfield, Steven Ortiz and Kumana, that's how it's been most of the time this season. Matt Kroon over at the hot corner today as Madison Stokes has the night off. Kind of due up for Stokes, who's been manning it over there at third since he is pretty much the only listed third baseman, and Kroon will get a start over there today. And then Bryson Stott and Chris Cornelius are going to stay in the middle infield. Luke Miller over at first. And, of course, I said Fitch behind the plate. A new face at the designated hitter spot today, Oscar Gonzalez, who has played in rookie ball this season but was called up to be the third catcher on the roster here in Reading. And they'll give him some game action as the designated hitter tonight. He's caught a couple live BPs for Colton Eastman I saw throwing the other day as he's getting ready for some game action coming up soon, still on the IL though. So Gonzalez has been getting some work here in Reading, and now they'll get to see him up at the dish today. And of course, no pitchers batting because of the designated hitter spot today on either side. And so lots of new things going on. Matt Kroon getting his first start at third, Gonzalez in the lineup. But Jack Perkins has been a staple in the Fightin' Phil's rotation as he was called up from Jersey Shore back on June 11th, and since then has been one of the top starters for Reading. He and Hendrickson tied on the team for wins right now with 3. And so he's 3-1 on the season with a 3.59 ERA. So similar ERA to Juan Hellman, just hasn't played in as many Double-A contests as Hellman has, and also has not reached as many decisions either. So he'll be out on the mound today to face Will Benson, who led things off for the RubberDucks back in Tuesday night's game. Benson, one of those guys that I would define as a heavy hitter. Either makes aggressive contact with the ball or he strikes out. So on Tuesday, went 2 for 5 with 3 Ks and 2 singles, but also note his speed on the base pass, as well as a couple guys in the lineup for Akron. Stephen Kwan, another one of those base stealers, and we should look for that to be a big deal, especially after what happened in Tuesday night's contest, as Perkins is first offering a called strike to Will Benson. The first pitch coming in at 7:07 p.m. It is 91 degrees here in this heat advisory here in Reading, Pennsylvania right now. And we will, see how the players can fare during that. They've had to practice and take BP and infield, outfield in this heat wave that we've got going on. Today, high 90s. Tomorrow should be, just the same. And then hopefully into the weekend, it's going to start to settle down a little bit. A strike comes in from Perkins. It is now a full count here to Will Benson as he's looking for his first out in the top of the first, and he'll get it as Will Benson goes down swinging, chasing a 92-mile-an-hour fastball way upstairs thanks to Kia. 1 strikeout on the board for Jack Perkins now. And there's 1 away as Brian Rocchio heads up to the dish. Perkins has thrown 52 2/3 innings of work here in Reading as Rocchio makes contact out to center field. Ortiz takes a couple steps back, will make the catch, and a quick second out for Perkins. There's 2 away. Notching just under a strikeout an inning is the righty starter for Reading, and has completed 10 starts here for the Double-A club. Nothing out of the pen for Jack Perkins since being called up and really slated into the rotation. First offering to Stephen Kwan, fouled back, 0-1. Kwan struggled with injury this season, but seems back and better than ever, batting .328. The only Batter in the starting 9 for the RubberDucks, over 300. And he sends this one high in the sky. Cornelius takes a couple steps back. Kumana coming in. It's going to be Kumana who calls off the second baseman and makes the catch. A quick 1-2-3 inning for Jack Perkins as we head into the bottom of the first, scoreless here at FirstEnergy Stadium.
The Reading Fightin' birthday party package is the best way to celebrate a birthday. Whether you are a youngster or an adult, there is no better birthday than a Fightin's birthday. The Fightin's Fan Birthday Package is customizable for fans of any age and starts at just $120. Base packages include 10 general admission tickets to a Fightin's home game, an autographed baseball, and a VIP reserved parking spot. Fans can also add a wide variety of experiences and options to make sure your favorite Fightin's fan's birthday is a grand slam.
Customers Bank is a proud continued partner of the United Way of Berks County and the Ready, Set, Read initiative. Ready, Set, Read programs focus on improving literacy skills for children from birth through 3rd grade. The Fundamentals of Reading are a community-wide initiative that bring together schools, businesses, organizations, and individuals throughout our area to improve early grade reading success. Customers Bank and the United Way of Berks County are committed to reading success and urge you and your business to support this worthwhile initiative. For more information on Ready, Set, Read and how you can become involved, please visit readysetreadberks.org. And thank you, Customers Bank, for your continued support.
Jack Perkins, a 1-2-3, top of the first in just 9 pitches. He'll get the job done and hand the ball over to Juan Hillman, the lefty starter for the Akron RubberDucks, who will face Ortiz, Stott, Kroon, and Miller. The first 4 guys as Miller gets that opportunity in the cleanup spot today. This is Ortiz's first time leading things off, and Luke Miller's second time batting in the cleanup spot. And I'd like to make a formal apology to Jalen Ortiz. I was given wrong information about the pronunciation of his name, but that's on me. I should have double-checked with the player instead of taking information, and so confirmed with him today that it is pronounced Jalen, which I think makes a lot more sense to all of us anyways. So Jalen Ortiz is how he'd like his name to be pronounced, so we're going to be going with that for the rest of the season as he heads up to the plate to start things off in the bottom of the first. Reading only able to get 4 hits in Tuesday night's contest, left 6 players on base. So we'll see if they can start things off early here against the Akron RubberDucks. Hillman's first offering outside for a ball. Today, Thursday night, Reading, of course, in their black throwback R-Train jersey. So they've got the black jersey with the throwback logo on the front, as well as that black cap with the R-Train on the brim. And the home white pants. Akron out in their road gays. They'll rock the grays. They'll rock the black caps as well with the RubberDuck logo on the top. Ortiz chases down and away. 2 balls, 1 strike. He's been pretty good for Reading since being called up just about a week and a half ago. 2 home runs so far since being here. Will put his season total at 21 as he rips this one down the left field line. It is foul, and so he'll have to go again with 2 balls and 2 strikes. The high in all of minor league baseball is 30 home runs as there's a race. Griffin Conine and MJ Melendez are trying to capture the home run crown. Ortiz sends this one over the head of Monasterio out behind second base, and he'll lead things off with a base hit. And so Reading has a runner on first as Bryson Stott heads up to the dish. There's nobody out, so they'll see if they can kind of run something together here in the bottom of the first. A nice home crowd here at FirstEnergy Stadium today. Nice hot Thursday night. The Beer Fest packed out on the left field deck. That is the place to be tonight. Called strike here from Hillman to start off Bryson Stott's at bat. So Conine having 30 home runs, and Melendez has 29 as Bryson Stott follows it with a liner of his own out to center. Advancing just one bag as Ortiz to second. And Bryson Stott back-to-back singles will put himself on first. 2 runners on and nobody out. Here is Matt Kroon. Kroon has been especially impressive coming back from injury. Has really taken advantage of, this second half of the season and the games that he has left here. He told me earlier, just trying to take the opportunity he's been given to come back in the rest of the season and make the most out of it. And so he'll get to do that today as he goes to lay down the bunt, does not make contact, and it is downstairs. He goes around though, and it's going to be strike number 1. Kroon steps in the righty batter's box here with Ortiz out on second and Bryson Stott on first. The infield playing straight up except for the third baseman Fermin, who's playing a little bit closer. And here's the offering to Kroon. He's going to take hold of this and swing and a miss. Strike number 2, no signs of bunt there. Wind pushing from right to left right now, so it'll help Matt Kroon, although he does not have a home run on the season. Even if he rips it into the corner, he does have 2 triples, solid base running as he chases upstairs from Juan Hillman. 3 pitches, 3 strikes, and that is out number 1 here for Reading. Hillman picks up his first K of the day. And Luke Miller will head up now. And he does have a team-high 11 home runs. The team highs are presented by Joanna Arias at North Point Bank, tonight's Fan Zone team leaders. So Luke Miller with 11 home runs. Madison Stokes, who has the day off, leads in hits. And Colby Fitch leads in 4 stolen bases. Francisco Morales taking most of the pitching leaders with innings pitched and strikeouts, but Jack Perkins leads in wins with 3, and Brian Marconi in saves with 8. We should see him tonight if a save situation is necessary. Hillman comes home and it gets past the catcher, Naylor. He bobbles it, and a wild pitch allows both runners to advance. That was not on Naylor, as it was way over his head. Even he jumped up, and he is a big prospect in the Indians organization. He's actually the number 3 prospect and a catcher. First prospect, Nolan Jones, the third baseman. He's actually from my hometown. Really nice guy. And then Tyler Freeman, who is on this AA roster but is on the injured list. Another ball. Miller holds off. 2-0. There's 2 runners on, just 1 out. Sean Williams giving the signs to his base runners on second and third. That's Ortiz and Stott, respectively. And a big opportunity for Reading here to strike first over Juan Hillman. Pitch is in the dirt. Miller holds off for the 3rd time in a row, and he's ahead in the count, 3-0. I would imagine he takes no matter what pitch comes in, unless it's right down the middle. A 3-0 count is a prime opportunity to load the bases here for Reading for Grenny Kumana, who has been absolutely on fire at the plate. Hillman kicks and fires the 3-0, sends Miller to his knee, and man, he was swinging for the fences there. But not able to come up with anything, and the count now 3-1. Would have been a strike anyways, I believe, so no harm, no foul. He's still ahead. And the infield will back up now. And Miller's going to take ball 4 to load the bases here for the Reading Fightin' Phils. As Ortiz on third, Stott on second, Miller now on first, and here is Grenny Kumana. Even a ball in the outfield is going to score a run for Reading with just 1 out on the board. Reading saw Hillman twice before in that series back in May. pitched a 6-inning outing and a 7-inning outing, keeping the Fightin' Phils to just 4 hits and 1 run both times. Had a couple of trouble with walks. Not a big high strikeout guy. Usually induces some soft contact. Kumana takes a pitch in the dirt, checks a swing, but he doesn't go around, ball 1. Hillman actually spent time in spring training with the Indians earlier this season as he kicks and fires to Kumana, who fouls one back, 1-1. And he actually closed against the Diamondbacks in a game, just trying to get him some reps against tough at-bats. And he's only gone up, spending 2019 in High A Lynchburg. And now the 24-year-old will probably spend the entire season in Double A. Kumana down the third baseline, but it's foul right into the bullpen. Those guys scramble to get out of the way. Strike number 2, though. Could be a late season call-up depending on how the Columbus Clippers are doing. They're the AAA affiliate, and that season goes about, 2 or so weeks longer than the AA season, so quite possibly could see Hillman there. Since they haven't moved him up mid-season around the All-Star break, that's usually where the shuffling happens. I imagine they just want to keep the younger prospect, gain his confidence, and learn about his pitches in the AA affiliate, seems like. Kumana holds off on a ball inside, 2-2. Scoreless here in the bottom of the first, though the Fightins have some action brewing on the base pass. Full bases loaded. Ortiz on third, Stott on second, Miller on first. Here's the offering. Kumana fouls it back into the stands. Almost a one-handed catch by a fan, but he'll get it off the bounce. And the count's going to stay 2-2. Infield in the shade here, some sun peeking through the clouds and behind the stands into the outfield. And the wind really pushing out to center now. Bases loaded here for Granny Kumana. Just 1 out on the board. Hillman with the 2-2, and Kumana stays alive, fouling it back off of his left leg. Seems okay, though. That was pitch number 6 of the at-bat and 21 of the inning here for Juan Hillman. On deck, Josh Stephen. 1 out on the board and the bases loaded as Kumana steps back inside the righty batter's box. Got some good speedy guys on the base paths for Reading. That should be big here as we're scoreless. Kumana calls time. He's going to step out of the box. Hillman taking a little bit extra to settle in on the third base side of the rubber. The lefty, 9 wins so far this season. His past 3 outings have resulted in wins. He'll take a deep breath. Here's the 2-2 again. Inside to Kumana, and now a full count. Hillman in danger of walking a run in, as Reading trying to strike first here in this 9-inning contest today. Dropped game number 1, so looking at even this series out at 1 apiece. Runners taking their leads on all the bases. The full count pitch. A pop-up to the second baseman. They're going to try to turn 2. And a double play will end the inning. So Reading does not score a run despite bases loaded, 1 out in the bottom of the first. And we are scoreless going into the second.
Gear up for the Fightin' Phils season. Visit the Brentwood Industries Fightin' Phils team store at FirstEnergy Stadium, or check out our online store 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at rphils.com/shop. We have a wide variety of Fightin' Phils hats, t-shirts, kids apparel, and more. Looking for something new? Check out our latest selection of Los Luchadores de Reading and Reading hot dog gear, plus throwback black R-Trains R-Phils attire. Root for your Fightins in style. Stop by the Brentwood Industries Fightins team store or rphils.com/shop.
The Reading Fightin' Phils, in conjunction with Savage 61 Fiesta Fridays, are proud to partner with the eXp Realty Group throughout the 2021 season. Visit their convenient website at brgpa.com. The custom search bar makes house hunting online easier than ever, and their talented team of agents is here to answer all your questions. Call them today at 610-926-8610. eXp Realty Group is a proud partner of the Reading Fightin' Phils at all 7 Savage 61 Fiesta Friday games during the 2021 season. eXp Realty Group, where every move matters.
Savage Auto Groups is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fighting Phils. Our large inventory and wide selection of models, along with competitive pricing, allow us to make great deals on many vehicle makes and models. Visit Savage 61, Kia, and L&B in Berks County for all your automotive needs.
Well, we're back here for the top of the second at FirstEnergy Stadium. Fightin's threatened in the bottom of the first, but they were not able to score a run, so we're scoreless as Jack Perkins comes back on the mound. But I have a very special guest from Alvernia University on the air with me tonight. How are you doing today?
Emily, I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
Well, I'm really excited you guys are out here. You guys have a table downstairs. Seems like, you know, you got a nice day at the park. No rain tonight. That's pretty big.
No rain. We have a lot of alumni here. It's just great to be back at the ballpark.
Oh, I heard it was alumni night. That's nice.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, for the last year and a half, we haven't had any events like this.
Okay,
so to be
so
having
this is the
alums
big
back
one.
out, it's wonderful.
Okay, that's awesome. Well, you know how I could tell, because I think, did you throw a first pitch out today?
I did not.
Okay,
We had
somebody threw a first pitch, and when they said Alvernia, they did the Golden Wolves, what we do for our call to the bullpen. Can you do it for us on the air?
The howl?
Yes.
I'm not that good, Emily.
You can't do the
not
howl.
That good.
Okay. Ground ball left side. Bryson Stott over to first, and one away as Perkins gets out Monasterio. So heading up to the plate, Will Brennan now. So that's how I knew there was lots of alumni in the park, because that's our call to the bullpen noise every time you guys come up.
The howl.
The howl.
We love it.
Yes.
We love it.
I like it too. I think it's exciting, and it's notable. Like, people remember. Like, I remember it, and
Right.
I've only lived here for a couple of months.
And it's always good when the opposing team is making the change and not the Fightins.
Yes, definitely. Pitch outside to Brennan, 1-0. So, you guys have a lot going on at Alvernia. Last I got to talk to Tom, what can you tell me? I've heard this thing about College Town. What can you tell me about College Town?
Yeah, well, College Towns is really exciting. It's an opportunity for us to have a new presence in downtown Reading. You know, the Bernardine sisters, who founded Alvernia back in 1958, they started their mission in the city. So this is an opportunity for us to have a major presence right on Penn Street, and we're excited about it.
That sounds like a really good gathering place for students, something to do outside of the university, but as a community within your university?
Right. So for us, it's an opportunity to bring students downtown for a variety of reasons. The first being academic. You know, if you've been to our campus, we have a beautiful campus up on the hill, but it's landlocked. And to build the Plex that we built a few years ago, we had to purchase homes and tear down a neighborhood. And we didn't want to do that this time. So we had an opportunity to purchase a building downtown that's going to be the home to our new engineering program. Business and communications will move down there, and really opportunity for our students to partner with the business community and partners to have a real experience downtown.
So your university is going to partner with different businesses in the community on Penn Ave?
That's right. So we have a student-centered business incubator that is created through our OPAC Institute. So we have students, as early as their freshman year, will be able to work with new, existing, and startup businesses to get real-world experience right from the start.
Well, a walk puts Brennan on first, and a fly ball out to center field gets Bo Naylor. So there's two away here with Brennan still out on first, and Jonathan Engelman heading up to bat. So I think that's actually really great, because the longer that I've been out of school, the more I understand the importance of the real-world experience as it impacts my job. I think, the education I got was great, but the experience and the internships I did were the most impactful for me.
It's so critical, Emily, to be able to marry your academics and what you learn from your faculty and books and take that knowledge and then to be able to apply it in an existing business, that experience is what really students need to be successful.
That's a good way to put it. See, he works in higher education, you can tell. And I think that kind of is going to set your students apart from other students.
Absolutely. You know, just to have experiences to put on your resume,
Right,
and
when
to
you're
be
out there looking for jobs.
That's right, and to be able to go out and actually apply what you've learned in the classroom and try some things, and sometimes you may fail, but oftentimes you'll have a lot of success, and more importantly, you'll figure out what you want to do. So if I'm an accounting major, if I don't ever have an internship, how do I know if I really like accounting? So this provides me an opportunity to try something, see if I truly do want to go in that direction, and if not, I can always pivot to something else.
And you said that starts in freshman year, so you can get those experience and decide before you kind of get locked into your major.
That's right, and with College Town, that'll be able to happen more and more through that business incubator. That our students are going to be there.
That's awesome. Well, strikeout will end this inning, but we didn't get a lot of chance to chat. So you guys have College Town going on. I know you guys are working on expanding your athletic programs. You know, a lot of people are downsizing. You guys are upgrading.
Right, so it's really important to find opportunities for students. And, you know, athletics is one way to do that. So a few years ago, we added football. We've added women's wrestling. We're really excited about, as wrestling is so big, not just here in Berks County, but in Pennsylvania. So it's an opportunity for us to provide co-curricular activities for our students to take advantage of.
That's awesome. It seems like you guys are really, got success going in both the academics and the athletic side. And, what more could an incoming student ask for?
It's a great time to be at Alvernia and a great time to be a Golden Wolf.
Well, that's awesome, and I hope people, can decide to, how's the best way people can get more information?
So if you want more information, probably the easiest way is to go to our website, www.alvernia.edu.
Okay, all right, well, thanks for coming out. I appreciate having you on the air.
Emily, thanks for the time.
What does it mean to bank locally with Tompkins? It means keeping your money in your community with a team of neighbors to guide you through big decisions and milestones, plus all the convenience of our mobile app where you can manage your account, deposit checks remotely, send money to family and friends, even turn your card off if it gets misplaced, then back on when you find it. Ready to bank locally with the team at Tompkins? Visit Tompkins Vist Bank online or at a branch to get started. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Copa de la Diversión is an initiative of MILB which creates alternate identities for teams across the country wishing to better reach out to their Latino communities. The new identity represents more than a luchador. Luchar means to fight for, and luchador translates to fighter. But it also signifies a specific type of fighter, a masked wrestler. The mask logo pays tribute to some of the most notable elements of the city of Reading. Embodied in the luchador's masks is Reading's pagoda, surrounded by 23 sun rays representing the Latin American countries and Puerto Rico. Down the bridge of the nose is Reading's fire tower. Home plate serves as a luchador's mouth, with FirstEnergy Stadium's facade creating the upper lip. Below the chin are train tracks, symbolic of the historic Reading Railroad. And along the side are baseball seams, a nod to Baseball Town's rich history. Fans can look forward to the R-Phil's players suiting up.
Well, another quick frame from Jack Perkins to get out of the second. Only allowed one walk, but got out of it with a strikeout, his second of the game, and will put his team right back up to bat. They threatened in the first inning, but unfortunately a double play got them out without scoring any runs. So Josh Stephen is going to start us off. Takes 2 balls and a strike here from Juan Hillman. And a slow roller foul into the Fightin's dugout makes the count 2-2. Fightin's already have 2 hits on the board and a walk. The RubberDucks, no hits. They did have a walk, though. And Steven takes the ball down and away, so a full count here from Juan Hillman. The lefty kicks and fires the payoff pitch way inside. Steven has to bounce back, and once again, the Fightins will start off their half inning of offense with a runner on first. And here is Colby Fitch heading up to the plate. Fitch, the catcher, in tonight's contest. Don't think we got to go over the defense for the RubberDucks, so we'll do that right now. Benson out left, Quan and Brennan rounding out the outfield. Fermin is going to stay at third base. Rocchio and Monasterio, the middle infielders, and Gonzalez over at first. Bo Naylor, the catcher, behind the dish. Hillman kicks and fires inside to Colby Fitch. 1 ball, no strikes. I was talking about the other day how with the promotion of Archimedes Gamboa, the top base stealer on the team, some other guys are going to have to start stepping up to the plate and, taking advantage of pitchers on the base pass. I think Josh Stephen is going to be one of those guys. It's going to be Josh Stephen. I think Matt Kroon, Bryson Stott are going to be the guys you're going to want to pay attention to on the base pass. And I already see signs of it right now as Stephen looks a little bit jumpy over at first. Though with the lefty, Juan Hillman has better vantage point on the base runner at first. Fitch takes a pitch on the outside corner, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Gonzalez is holding Stephen on. A pickoff attempt results in nothing. One ball, 2 strikes here to Colby Fitch. Nobody out in the bottom of the second. And he'll take a called strike right on the outside corner. And that'll be it. The second punch out of the day for Hillman.
The second baseman, number 7, Chris.
And here is Chris Cornelius now with 1 away and a runner on first. Cornelius just seems so happy to be playing baseball. Like, those guys that are just like out there and loving it? Like, I feel like Didi Gregorius on the Phillies is one of those guys. That Daniel Brito, one of those guys that's just like loving the game. Cornelius, another one of those players. Told me, he was very surprised, got the call up here to Reading, but he has been absolutely stellar since they brought him up here, both defensively at second and up at the plate, batting .357 with 5 hits, one of them a double. And he takes a ball now here from Juan Hillman. Going to second is Steven. He's going to get caught in a pickoff attempt. They're going to go Hillman to the first baseman and over to the second baseman. The tag is made on Josh Steven. And there's an out on the base pass for Hillman. 2 away now. And the count still 1-0 to Chris Cornelius at the dish. No more base runners out there, though. Infield will take a couple steps back now with 2 outs on the board here in the bottom of the second. And a ground ball left side. This could be the final out of the inning. And it is, as Rocchio makes a perfect throw over to first, and Hillman ends up facing the minimum after a leadoff walk. So we're scoreless going into the top of the third here at FirstEnergy Stadium.
Spend some quality time with the family by taking them out to a ball game every Sunday home game at FirstEnergy Stadium. Sundays are Burke's Packing Sunday Family Fun Days, presented by Classic Harley-Davidson. Get 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, and 4 sodas for only $50 when purchased in advance. Burke's Packing is a family-owned and operated meat processor located here in Reading, specializing in hot dogs, ham, specialty meats, and more. Join us for Burke's Packing Sunday Family Fun Days at Sunday home games all season long here at FirstEnergy Stadium. The Fightins feature special post-game concerts throughout the entire season with more live music than anywhere else in Berks County. Each post-game concert features $1 off St. Boniface Brewing and live music on the T-Mobile stage. That's post-game concerts thanks to St. Boniface Brewing. From the cleanup position, there's no one better in the field than J.P. Mascaro & Son. Trust the familiar Mascaro Blue Elephant to provide dependable, quality service for your home or business. Make our team your team, whether in a pinch or for the long haul. Like the Reading Fightin' Phils, we're the best in our field. We are hiring and have open positions in Berks County. Check our website for open positions at jpmascaro.com or call 1-888-MASCARO.
Jack Perkins back on the mound. He only has 22 pitches through 2 innings, while Juan Hillman has 36. But the game is scoreless, and that's really what matters here as we go into the third. Perkins is going to face off against the number 8 and 9 batters, and then back to the top of the order with Will Benson. Marcos Gonzalez here to start things off, a righty on righty matchup. As Gonzalez sends the ball into shallow center field, chasing it in is the center fielder, Ortiz. And it's going to drop right in front of him, just in a weird spot in shallow center field. Stott was going back for it, but nobody able to get to it. And so Gonzalez will start things off with a base hit in the top of the third. That is the first hit of the day for the RubberDucks. And they've got a runner on with nobody out for Jose Fermin. Batting in the number 9 spot, though, lest we not forget, he had a 2-run home run back on Tuesday night. Foul ball into the stands is presented by Pennsylvania Insurance Fraud Protection Agency. Don't commit insurance fraud, fans. You can visit don'tbeaweasel.com today. Perkins will come home to Fermin, and that's strike number 2. We'll check around the leagues for you today. Philadelphia already won their game against the Dodgers 2-1. Got close at the end of the game, but able to hold on. The NL East is tight once again, as the Phillies still in the lead by half a game, though the Mets walked it off thanks to Pete Alonso. They're a half a game back, and the Atlanta Braves also a half a game back, as the Braves are 8-2 in their last 10 games. So it's a tight race for the NL East. The Nationals and Marlins are much further set back. So, you know, obviously could become a part of it. It's anyone's game in the NL East right now. But the Phillies do hold the top spot there right now, 60-55 on the season. So they're up above that 500 mark pretty solidly for the first time this season. Perkins is going to turn around and look back at the runner on first, as Fermin calls time at the plate. Upstairs to Fermin, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bryce Harper had a home run in today's contest. Lehigh Valley trailing by 2 to Scranton. They're in the top of the second. A little worried about the weather up there, as Perkins goes for the pickoff attempt at first, but nothing across. Jersey Shore all tied at 1 with Hudson Valley. In the dirt, Colby Fitch protects the plate, and it's a full count here to Jose Fermin. No outs on the board. Clearwater was postponed in their game against Tampa at George Steinbrenner Field. It's always raining around this time in Florida. We've seen that in our heat wave these past few days. Going is the runner. Instead, it is a fly ball into center field. A diving Ortiz comes up with it, and the runner is forced to go back. That is a huge play by the center fielder, Jalen Ortiz. And instead of that being an extra base hit, it's an out, and Gonzalez forced to go back to first. 1 away as we go back to the top of the order with Will Benson. Benson struck out swinging in his first at-bat. He's got a runner on first. Perkins is going to keep tabs on him. And the first offering outside. 91 degrees here in Reading. Hopefully it'll cool down as the sun continues to set. There is a little bit of a slight breeze, so at least we've got that going for us, and the humidity not as terrible as it has been the past 2 days. So we'll ride on the highs that we can. Two balls, no strikes. The fireworks people from International Fireworks of Douglasville already out in left field. They've been out there for an hour setting up for the post-game show. We already had one on Tuesday. We'll have another one today and tomorrow. And then, of course, the Mega Blast on Saturday night. 3 balls here from Jack Perkins as he's struggling against Will Benson. And on 4 pitches, Perkins is going to send Benson down to first. That's going to push Gonzalez second. 2 on, just 1 out. Here for Brian Rocchio. Flew out back in the first. But it'll have 2 runners on and just 1 out. Scoreless in the top of the third. Perkins slowing down out of the stretch. He'll come home. A strike call to Rocchio. Fly ball, it's in foul territory. It's going to enter the left field grandstand. And that'll be strike number 2 to Rocchio. Perkins looking for his second out here in the top of the third inning. No score here as he kicks and fires. The 0-2 is going to get the knee of Rocchio, and he'll head down to first on a free pass as Perkins loads the bases with a hit by pitch. So a single, a walk, and then a hit by pitch will load the bases. And Perkins is definitely going to be looking for that double play that got the Fightins out of the first now, as we'll try to leave the third scoreless. But he's got the bases loaded and just went away. Called strike to Stephen Kwan. He flew out to right in his first at-bat. Back in Tuesday's game, Kwan went 0 for 5. Inside, Fitch keeps the ball in front of him. Big for the catcher with a runner on third, as Akron looking to take an early lead. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ball number 2. Bases are loaded here in the top of the third. There's only 1 out on the board. Two balls, 2 strikes as Kwan fouls 1 back. Perkins coming home. Ground ball right side foul. And we'll have to go again. Gonzalez on third, Benson on second, and Rocchio on first. Stephen Kwan up at the plate now. He has 20 RBIs on the season. Perkins gets a ground ball, gonna go right through the hole, And 1 run will score. Here's the throw from Kumana. The play at the plate is not in time. So 2 runs score off of a base knock from Stephen Kwan. And the Akron RubberDucks lead by 2 here in the top of the 3rd. Still 1 out on the board. Kwan just got that right in the gap between first and second. Cornelius shaded a little bit more towards second because of the righty batter, but Kwan able to poke it in the gap. And Brad Bergeson, the pitching coach, going to come out and have a quick chat with Perkins as there's runners on the corner, and just one away for the biggest hitter in the lineup for the RubberDucks, Andrew Monasterio. 45 RBIs on the season. That is pretty insane, if you ask me. And that is why he's batting in the cleanup spot here. Bergeson giving some words of encouragement, and just a pause here to Jack Perkins, kind of a reset as the righty batter steps up into the plate. He's got him out once before on a ground ball. He can do it again, and that ground ball to short would be crucial right now, as the Fightins could turn 2 and get out of this inning without any more damage. Perkins comes home in the dirt. A nice block by Fitch behind the plate. Billy Sullivan added to the injured list for the Fightin' Phils today. So their roster down to 26 with 1 major league rehabber. Fitch takes the ball away, 2-0. So Madison Stokes and Jack Conley, the only 2 players on the bench for Reading today. Perkins will come home, get a foul ball off of Monasterio, and that's the first strike of the at-bat. Deck is packed out in left field for the Beer Fest night tonight. So is the 67 Club, as ball number 3 comes into Monasterio. Now Perkins does have an empty base he could put him on, but that will bring up Will Brennan with just 1 away, so he'll hopefully be able to get the job done. Here is the offering deep out to center, tracking back Ortiz. He's going to look up and watch it sail over the fence. A 3-run shot from Monasterio will put the RubberDucks up 5-0 here in the top of the 3rd. That is his 6th home run of the season, as the wind is pushing out to center field. And tough there for Jack Perkins. But it'll clean up the base paths now, so he'll be back to his windup here for Will Brennan, with just 1 out in the top of the 3rd. 5 runs have scored here. 2 off the bat of Stephen Kwan and 3 from Monasterio with that home run. Perkins gets a called strike into Brennan. Action in Reading's bullpen right now. Looks like Zach Warren possibly out there, as Perkins struggling in here in the top of the 3rd. Up to 50 pitches right now. It's had such a great first and second inning. And Brennan fouls one up the 3rd baseline, 0-2. Lights are on here at FirstEnergy Stadium as the sun is starting to set as we get closer to the 8 o'clock hour here in Reading, Pennsylvania. Brennan, another foul ball, will keep the count 0-2. The 0-2 downstairs. 1 ball, no strikes. One out here in the top of the 3rd. And a called strike 3 to Will Brennan will be out number 2. As that is Perkins' third strikeout of the game. And 2 away here for the catcher, Bo Naylor. Naylor, the brother of Josh Naylor, who's actually also in the Indians system. Started with the Marlins back in 2015. Was the number 12 pick. And they are the first 2 Canadian siblings to be taken in the first round, which is a cool fun fact. But was acquired by the Indians this summer in the last summer, I should say, in the Mike Clevenger trade with the Padres. And gets Naylor on a swinging strike. 1-2 the count. Perkins an out away from getting out of this inning. 5 runs already on the board for the RubberDucks. Obviously want to shut them down here. Just 3 hits. Ground ball right side. A diving Miller can't come up with it. And another base hit will keep this inning going for the RubberDucks as Naylor reaches first for the first time today, and they will bat through the order as Jonathan Engelman, the only man not to be up, will be up as he heads up, and now manager Sean Williams is going to come out to the mound, and he'll be taking the ball from Jack Perkins here with 1 out to go in the third. We're going to take a short break as we get the call to the Alvernia University Golden Wolves bullpen.
Unlike any other area at FirstEnergy Stadium, the stadium's 61 dugout suite puts you at the closest seat to the action on field, located just feet away from the diamond on the first base side. With covered seating, ability and motion accessible seating, and the most unique view around, your group will thank you over and over again for a one-of-a-kind experience. Tickets for the dugout suite are $27 and include options to add food or drink packages. For the first time ever, the Reading Fightin' Phils are pleased to present you their classic game program all electronically. This program has information on the coaching staff, player rosters, and front office staff. It also includes featured stories and alumni reports, all on the favorite guys who spent their time in baseball town. Visit ourphils.com/programs to check it out.
Purchase a bank of tickets to be used throughout the Fightin' Phils season. The Flex Bank lets you use the number of tickets you need when you need them. You will have an online Flex Bank account which allows you to use your bank of tickets or vouchers to redeem for game tickets whenever you need them. You can also reserve your game tickets from your Flex Bank by contacting the ticket office or redeeming in person at the stadium. Visit ourphils.com or call the office at 610-370-BALL for more information about the Flex Bank ticket packages and all the exciting ways you can get tickets to a FirstEnergy Stadium game.
Well, the call to the Alvernia University Golden Wolves bullpen will bring in Zach Warren. Can't give you the final line yet on Jack Perkins. He is responsible for the runner on first, and Warren is going to come into the game here in the third with 2 outs on the board. So he'll be trying to get his team out here of the third so they can get back up to bat in the bottom half. He's inherited 8 runners this season, only let 3 of them scored, and has been exceptional the past few starts, or relief appearances, excuse me. And he got a save in his last appearance. Deep fly ball from Engelman on the run. The left fielder, Josh Stephen, he'll make the catch on the warning track, and it doesn't matter how deep it is because it results in out number 3, and that will end the inning. 5 runs come across the board for the RubberDucks on 4 hits, and Reading will trail by 5 as they go into the bottom of the third inning here at FirstEnergy Stadium.
From the cleanup position, there's no one better in the field than J.P. Mascaro & Son. Trust the familiar Mascaro Blue Elephant to provide dependable, quality hauling, disposal, and recycling service for your home or business. Make our team your team, whether in a pinch or for the long haul. Like the Reading Fightin' Phils, we're the best in our field. We are hiring and have open positions in Berks County. Check our website for open positions at jpmascaro.com or call 1-888-MASCARO.
Join us as we celebrate Reading's Hispanic and Latino culture during 7 Friday home games this season. The Savage 61's Fiesta Fridays, presented by Alex Batanzas of eXp Realty, Humane Pennsylvania, Supportive Concepts for Families, Children's Home of Reading, and Mao Beer. Fiesta Fridays feature special Los Luchadores de Reading uniforms, Hispanic and Latino food and music, and other cultural events throughout the ballpark. Get your tickets now by calling 610-370-BALL or visiting us at the Weidenhammer ticket office at FirstEnergy Stadium.
Every time you grab an ice-cold 20-ounce Pepsi, you'll find a Pepsi emoji on the side of the bottle. So while the Pepsi delivers this, the Pepsi emoji delivers this.
Ooh.
So go ahead, crack open a Pepsi and tell the world how you feel and what you love with Pepsi emojis. Say it with Pepsi.
Juan Hillman comes out in the bottom of the third, and he's got some run support from his team right now. They scored 5 in the top half. Stephen Kwan, a 2 RBI base hit, and then a 3-run shot from Monasterio will put them on top. So Fightin's got to battle back out of a deficit after the RubberDucks batted through the order. They'll start off with the number 9 hitter, Oscar Gonzalez, who has not played above rookie level in his career ever. So this is his first Double-A at bat here as he plays the designated hitter in tonight's contest. Batting in the number 9 spot today. And he takes the first pitch strike from Hillman. 75-mile-an-hour changeup will sneak by Gonzalez for strike number 2. And Hillman kicks and fires. This one is in the dirt. Gonzalez holds off. That'll make the count 1-2. Played in a handful of games so far in the FCL. 12 games, 19 at-bats, 4 hits, 1 double for his name. And he holds off on a pitch downstairs. 2-2. Was batting .211. But equal strikeout to walk ratio 1-for-1. We'll see how his patience at the plate works with a much more experienced pitching staff, especially in Hillman. Ground ball up the middle, a weird bounce over the head of Monasterio. And Oscar Gonzalez, his first Double-A at bat, a Double-A hit for the number 9 hitter. And once again, Reading is going to start off with a base runner as Oscar Gonzalez gets a base knock. And we'll go back to the top of the order with Jaylene Ortiz. One ball, one strike here to Jalen Ortiz. Already had a base hit and reached third today. And this is a called strike, 1 and 2. Gonzalez out on first. He is a catcher, number 3 catcher here. And he's out on first, being held on by Gonzalez. Pop up into foul territory. It's the first baseman who comes over and makes the catch. That is out number 1 here as Ortiz is sent back into the dugout. Here is Bryson Stott, who's also had a base hit in today's contest. The lefty batter here to face the lefty pitcher and Juan Hillman. 0-1 is down and away. Stott holds off, 1-1. Gonzalez takes a couple steps lead off of first. Ground ball left side. The RubberDucks will try to turn 2. The throw gets away from the first baseman, so they'll only get the fielder's choice at second as Gonzalez is retired. I think Stott would have beat out the throw either way, honestly. And there's a runner on now with 2 away. And here's Matt Kroon with a runner on first. Reading down by 5 runs. And Kroon will foul back the first pitch he sees. Runner on first. 2 outs here, and Matt Kroon has to wait for another pitch. Hillman is going to go over to first with a pickoff attempt. This time he'll get an offering, but it'll be in the dirt. Nothing he could do about it. Count evens at 1. Gonzalez holding Stott on at first. He's taken a pretty good lead as Kroon takes another ball. Hillman's offering popped foul into the plaza area and will go again with an even count, 2-2. Called strike 3 to Matt Kroon. He's caught looking, and Hillman will end the inning on a strikeout. Reading strands a runner on first. Here in the third, they fail to score, so they're still down by 5 as we go into the fourth.
The Reading Fightin' Phils are proud to partner with the Berks County Mental Health and Developmental Disabilities Program. Together, we are striking out the stigma in order to raise community awareness about mental illness and the prevention of suicide. With 3 simple words, are you okay? The hope is to begin a conversation to show Berks County that we care. Suicide affects and hurts everyone, but help is here, and we'll work together to raise awareness about suicide and identify what we can do as a community to prevent it. People in need of assistance and support should call Crisis Intervention at 610-236-0530. That's 610-236-0530.
Cornwall Manor is an active senior living community on a 190-acre wooded campus in Cornwall, Lebanon County. The community offers independence and opportunities for wellness and fitness, as well as educational and musical programs, and the peace of mind of having convenient health care on site. Cornwall Manor offers a range of residential choices, from apartments to homes. Prospective residents are welcome to visit us for lunch and have a chance to learn more about the community. More information is available online at cornwallmanor.org. Cornwall Manor, celebrating 70 years of senior living.
It was a close one, but you're the big winner, Todd. Congratulations. You won the 4 tickets to August 22nd. That's tonight's White Star. Both the fights team. Way to go, Todd.
Reading is going to turn to Zach Warren here in the 4th. He got the out they needed in the bottom of the 3rd. And I do have a very special guest on with me, Lori from PA Virtual Charter School. How you doing, Lori?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. How's your night been going here at the ballpark?
Oh, it's a great night at the ballpark. Very family friendly. So brought my husband and the kids, and everyone's enjoying it. Yes,
nice.
yes.
So you got a good night? No rain, a little warm, but
little warm, yes.
And I saw you got to throw out a first pitch.
I
Very
did.
Exciting.
Myself and my daughter, I think she did better than I did.
Oh, that's awesome. She's probably thrilled. That's fun.
Oh, yes.
So into the top of the 4th, it'll be the 8, 9, and 1 hitter, since the RubberDucks batted around the order last time. So you guys are, celebrating a big anniversary, the 20th year of online education at PA Virtual.
Yes, 20 years. We were kind of trailblazers in this world of virtual learning, and we're still going strong.
I know a lot of people are just starting to get into that, but you guys have kind of mastered the practice of it.
Yes, it has definitely evolved over the years. This is my 7th year with the school, so the format we have now has been in place for a while. But when they first started, obviously it was much smaller. It wasn't K through 12, but we have built up now, so we are K through 12, and we have asynchronous and synchronous learning. So if you kind of need that accountability, you really need to check in and have some interaction, then we have those synchronous classes for you. And if you're more of an independent learner, and or maybe you're I don't know, a swimmer, you're going to be in the Olympics someday, then you might be doing a lot of practices, so you might try an asynchronous format where you can have a little bit more flexibility in when you do your schoolwork.
That sounds like you allow people to learn at the way they know is best for them, which is different than most schools, which you're kind of forced into whatever they think is best for you.
Yes, yes. And we have, we have a backup plan that if you want to try the asynchronous and we see that, you're struggling with it, then we can always make that switch and put you into the synchronous or that live class. We don't want anyone to struggle. We want people to be successful in their learning.
That's great. So you guys can kind of adapt as the school semester goes on.
Yes. Yeah, so we give everyone a fair amount of time to try it, if they do go with, the synchronous or the asynchronous versus the other, and then if the switch needs to happen, we can make that change.
Well, Warren starts things off with a walk to Gonzalez, so the RubberDucks are going to have a runner on first here for Jose Fermin in the top of the 4th. So you also, you have the actual school year, but then you've also had these summer camps that were going on. You just finished up the second one. How did that go?
It went really well. The kids were enjoying it. A lot of kids didn't have to be students in our school to participate. So we did have a lot of success with that, and possibly some new students coming out of it.
Well, that was great, because I know you guys got to do a big tour of our ballpark, so you got to see some inside stuff here as well. And you do something, very special in the PA Virtual Charter School. You work in the special education department. Can you talk a little bit about how that works with virtual education?
I do. I work in the high school. So we have learning support classes for the core subjects. So our Englishes, our maths, our histories, and our sciences. We have learning support classes for the students that need them. Special ed students that maybe don't need the higher level of support might be included in the regular gen ed class with their specially designed instruction in place, and still have check-ins with their special ed teacher, just to make sure that things are going okay, that they're getting the necessary modifications.
Well, a wild pitch gets by Colby Fitch. He's able to keep it in front of him, fires down to second, and the tag is made as the runner is trying to advance. So Gonzalez out on second, so the Fightin' Phils will clean up on the base paths here with a caught stealing. And a big out for Colby Fitch and company as there's one away, and the count 2-2 to Jose Fermin. And a punch out for Zach Warren as he gets back-to-back outs now, 2 away as we go back to the top of the order. So you deal with students of all abilities, and you're able to kind of work with everybody in where they are at in their learning.
Yeah, so we have, in addition to the learning support, which is I work with learning support and emotional support kids, we also have a life skills program at the elementary through high school level as well.
Okay, so that starts young, the life support.
So the life skills are for our students that need more of a full-time special education. Our learning support students are all generally at the itinerant or supplemental level, so they're with the special education teacher in those learning support classes, or with just the extra supports in the general ed class, but then they have other classes that are not special ed classes. So their career education classes and their electives are not under the special education umbrella.
That's great. So you're able to really see a student from when they start learning with you guys in virtual education to all the way up through high school, really.
Yeah, and we've had many who have, been with us right from kindergarten, but students are welcome at any time to join the school. So, a lot of times we'll get students maybe went to a brick and mortar school until middle school or high school, and then they decide to, check us out and see what it's like. Recently at another event, we had a parent whose daughter had been with us years ago, and she said that our curriculum was awesome and challenging, that when her daughter left to go back to the brick and mortar school, the class they were trying to put her in was what she had already done at our school in middle school, and that's what they were expecting her to do in high school. So we do have a good challenging curriculum that we use. It's not like, oh, I'm at home learning, so it's easy. We challenge the students just as they would be challenged in a brick and mortar school.
Right, especially in today's day and age, a lot of people are doing things. It's more common for people to be doing things at home, and you guys already have the proven setup, whereas some people are still figuring out how to do the online stuff, the virtual stuff. People, if they're looking for a place that has proven success, they can turn to PA Virtual as an option for them.
Yeah, I actually had a former student's sister reach out to me right around the time of the pandemic and the schools being told, oh, we're going to start virtually last school year. And she was like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. And, I just talked her through, what I do and what she needs to just, make sure that she's having some aspect of interaction with the kids. You don't want to just sit there and talk to them. You have to do check-ins and have interactive activities to make sure that they're there, that they're with you, and that they're getting the material just like you would in a brick and mortar school. It's just how you do it is different.
Well, a base hit allows Benson to reach first, and then he's able to advance on a wild pitch. The throw down to second is no good from Colby Fitch. So the RubberDucks have a runner in scoring position here now with 2 outs, and it is Brian Rocchio who will head up to face Zach Warren. 3 balls up at the dish, but it'll get strike at number 1 as Warren looking for out number 3 in the top of the 4th. So you've been there for, you said 7 years now?
This will be my 7th
What
year.
are kind of the changes that you've noticed over the past 7 years that have allowed you guys to adapt and really be successful in your program?
Well, so at the high school level, especially with, the special education, the addition of the True Learning Support classes. We were doing co-taught classes where the special ed teacher went in and supported the general ed teacher and the special ed students that were in there, but now being able to run the classes independently and have the smaller class size has definitely been beneficial, to those learners that need that smaller class size and a little bit more one-on-one attention.
Okay, so you've done more integrating, you would say, within actual.
Yes, and I guess it's about 3 years ago now, we instituted an orientation program. Kids, for the most part, they know how to use a computer these days, but they may not be familiar with the platforms or the tools that we're using and expecting them to know in order to learn. So we've created a 2-week orientation program where the students get to kind of try it before you buy it. They're trying out the systems and seeing what it would be like to school with us. And then within that 2-week period of time, they can make that decision, that yes, this is going to work for me, or no, this isn't the right thing for me, before they're a couple months in. And then, this way they can make that decision. They're comfortable once they enter the classroom knowing what it is that they need to do to be successful.
Well, it seems like you guys have got it all down at PA Virtual, and it's a great program for people. What's the best way to get more information? Where should people go and check that out?
So if you're here at the game tonight, just come on down to our table, get a free little backpack while you're at it. But otherwise, they can just go to pavirtual.com and they can get some information there. Our phone number and everything to call, and also the forms that they can fill out for enrollment.
All right. Well, thanks for coming on, Lori. Appreciate you joining us, and got a lot of information about PA Virtual. If you're here, you can go down to the table, but if you're not here, you can check out their website and join them.
Yes,
virtually.
Thanks for having me.
Well, glad we came on. So we're stuck in this inning at the ballpark as Brad Bergeson was out for a pitching mound visit after Stephen Kwan is up at the plate. Rocchio walked to first, so there's 2 runners on and 2 outs. No runs have scored here off of Warren yet, so the RubberDucks are still up by 5. And Kwan is up at the plate right now with a 3-1 count. Warren, a lot of balls in a row, but he'll get a hard hit foul ball here. That's going to keep him in play. He's battling against these Akron RubberDucks. Got to give him a lot of credit here for how aggressive he's been. And while this inning has progressed, he got that big caught stealing out on second to erase runners on the base path, and he hasn't allowed anything across right now, and he's got Kwan in a full count. Lefty on lefty matchup. And with 2 outs on the board, runners are going. Slow roll ground ball, and he'll get himself out of the inning. A slap on the glove, and Warren puts up a scoreless frame in the top of the fourth to keep the RubberDucks up by just 5, and Reading's turn to bat in the bottom of the fourth.
Cornwall Manor is an active senior living community on a 190-acre wooded campus in Cornwall, Lebanon County. The community offers independence and opportunities for wellness and fitness, as well as educational and musical programs, and the peace of mind of having convenient health care on site. Cornwall Manor offers a range of residential choices from apartments to homes. Prospective residents are welcome to visit us for lunch and have a chance to learn more about the community. More information is available online at cornwallmanor.org. Cornwall Manor, celebrating 70 years of senior living.
Feasers Incorporated, a family-owned full-line food service distributor located in central Pennsylvania. Services restaurants, sporting facilities, theme amusement parks, healthcare facilities, educational facilities, and other institutions throughout Pennsylvania and the Mid-Atlantic region. For over 100 years, Feasers and its employees have committed themselves to making customer service their highest priority. Feasers works hard to provide customers with the products they require, delivered by their helpful fleet drivers. Feasers is large enough to serve and small enough to care. For more information, call 800-326-2828 or Feasers.com.
ROG Orthodontics is the proud official partner of the ROG Orthodontics Fightin Phil's Kids Club. Join today at Fightins.com to get your free ROG Orthodontics Kids Club t-shirt and visit FantasticSmiles.com for more information on all the great work that ROG Orthodontics provides. ROG Orthodontics and the Reading Fightin Phils, two great hometown partners.
Juan Hillman is back on the mound here in the bottom of the fourth. He has just 53 pitches, so he is really settled in after that first frame. And Reading is down by 5 here. They'll turn to Miller, Kumana, and Steven to try to cut into the RubberDucks lead.
Number 2, Luke Miller.
Miller walked in the first but was retired on a double play. Akron put up 5 runs on 4 hits in the top of the fourth. Reading has 3 hits to their name right now, but no runs on the board. Nobody's made an error in the field, though we have seen a bunch of highlight plays by the Fightin Phils so far this game. We saw Ortiz lay out for a ball. And Benson was taken out of the game in the last inning. Wasn't able to talk about that with our guest on the air, but there was a pinch hitter as Clark Scolamiero came in to pinch hit for the Akron RubberDucks and Will Benson in the fourth. So don't have any updates on Benson right now, but Scolamiero is going to stay in the game at left field. In this bottom of the fourth right now, Luke Miller up at the plate, 2 balls and 1 strike. Sir Anthony Dominguez is now warming in the bullpen for Reading, so should see him come into pitch in the next frame. But Luke Miller is going to start us off here in the bottom of the fourth with a base hit. So Reading has started every half inning off with a runner on the base pass. They haven't been able to get anyone across as of yet, so we'll have to see what they can do with Luke Miller getting a base knock out to left. Here is Granny Kumana. Kumana takes a called strike on the outside. This one is in the dirt, 1-1. Gonzalez is holding Miller on at first, so there's a big gap for Kumana on the right side of the infield as Monasterio shaded more towards second base. And he pops this one back behind the plate. Right idea there from Kumana, just has to even it out a little bit to put it in the field of the play. But he'll move his count to 1-2 right now. One ball, 2 strikes here from Grenny Kumana. And Luke Miller over at first has about 2-step lead. And Hillman is going to step off of the rubber. Give Miller a glance. The lefty's got a good vantage point. We're in the bottom of the 4th. Reading trails by 5 runs. And Hillman will come home. Kumana sends this one high in the sky. It's going to stay in the infield as the second baseman, Monasterio, will make the catch. There's one away. Miller forced to stay on first. And here's Josh Stephen now, had a walk in the second, but was caught stealing and retired on the base paths. Ball 1 coming into Josh Stephen right now. Again with Gonzalez holding on the runner. That'll leave space for the lefty batter, Stephen. A diving Monasterio comes up with it. The throw over to first is good. That was an incredible play by the second baseman to retire Stephen. A hard hit ground ball, and he has to dive for it. Only able to get one out as Miller shifts to second. And that'll go in as a 4-3, but deserves an asterisk next to it. For how impressive it was to get Josh Stephen out there. Would have thought that would have been a base hit. But instead, a runner on second with 2 outs now for Colby Fitch. Outside. Ball number 1. This time it'll be Rocchio who's holding Miller on second. Hillman takes a deep breath before setting up on the third base side of the rubber. 2 balls, no strikes here. Ground ball from Colby Fitch as he flips his bat in frustration right to the second baseman and on to first. That'll end the inning as Reading trails another runner on the base path. As we go into the 5th, the RubberDucks lead by 5.
The Fightin Phils know who to call for trash and recycling services. A proven winner, JP Mascaro & Sons. The industry leader for over 50 years. Trust the familiar Mascaro Blue Elephant to provide dependable, quality service for your home or business. That's JP Mascaro & Sons, one of the top companies in its industry. Trash and recycling services for home, business, and industry. We are hiring and have open positions in Berks County. Check our website for open positions at jpmascaro.com or call 1-888-MASCARO. JP Mascaro & Sons, ready to serve you.
Nursing home neglect is a serious problem. If you or a loved one has suffered from bed sores obtained in a nursing home or a fall down in a nursing home resulting in a fracture, our friends at Swartz Culleton can help. Call the attorneys at Swartz Culleton for a free consultation. Their phone number is 1-800-JUSTICE. That's 1-800-587-8423. Once again, call 1-800-JUSTICE today. Sports Carlton is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fightin' Phils.
It's summer. Time to trade hibernation for liberation. Couch time for tan lines. The sunshine and good times are waiting, so it's time to go the distance in a car you can depend on. Kia, backed by our 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. Summer's calling. How will you answer? Kia, movement that inspires. Hurry into your local Kia dealer today for great deals on our exciting lineup of vehicles built for summer.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely. 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty program refers to a limited powertrain warranty. See retailer for warranty details.
Well, a major league rehab appearance happening here in Reading right now as Sir Anthony Dominguez takes the ball for the first time this season in a Reading Fightin' Phils uniform. He's coming up from Jersey Shore in his rehab attempt after pitching 2 innings in relief for the Jersey Shore Blue Claws after his Tommy John surgery. Had a tough go with the surgery. Really a heck of a story, honestly. And props to Dominguez for staying in it, staying strong, and coming out on top as he's looking really good in his rehab appearance and as well as progressing well, say the Phillies, in an effort to come back to playing in the major leagues this season. They thought there was a chance that he might not be able to make it back for the rest of this season, but it does look like there's a chance that with the way he's progressing here in rehab, he might be able to get back for the end of the season, which is especially important now as the Phillies are in that playoff hunt in the NL East. They will turn to Dominguez if he's healthy for a back of the bullpen, kind of relief guy. Monasterio is going to be the first batter that Dominguez faces. And he'll foul off the first offering he sees. Pitched 2 innings for Jersey Shore, just gave up 1 hit, struck out 4, walked a couple guys, but overall looked really great. Reading, the only affiliate home right now, so got the call up here. And he's played for Reading previously, going through the Phillies system back in 2018, played in 8 games here, all relief appearances, 13 innings of work, just allowed 8 hits and 3 earned runs, and then, sent up to Lehigh Valley in 2018. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Monasterio. And Dominguez will kind of bend over completely at the waist as he looks for the sign from Colby Fitch. A fly ball into center field is going to bounce in front of Ortiz. Here's the throw into second, and Monasterio will slide in time. So a double off of Dominguez from Monasterio. And that'll start the inning off well for the RubberDucks. Now, an interesting fact about rehab appearances that you might not know is that Dominguez will use a major league ball because they don't want those guys throwing with the minor league ball. It's different. So he actually has special, major league balls that they'll use up at the bigs that he's going to pitch with here because it's a different feel, it's a different grip, the seam's a little bit different. And obviously want to get that right feel since he's going to be going back up to Philadelphia. He's had a tough go with getting the Tommy John surgery. The rehab has gone really well, but he decided, a couple years ago when they told him, you have an injury, you might need the surgery. He said, I'm going to finish out the season and then I'll get the surgery. But with COVID, when COVID hit, they pushed back non-emergent surgeries, as everyone probably knows. And so he wasn't able to get the Tommy John surgery as early as he thought he was going to. And then the Phillies said, okay, and the hospital says, okay, we're ready to start doing those non-emergent surgeries now. But his kid, he actually has a boy, Samion, I think it's pronounced. Simon, I don't know. we'll try to get the pronunciation of his child's name for you right, but had a child, and his wife was pregnant, so he didn't have the child at the time, and wanted to, you know, be there for her and for his son. So he chose to remain there for his pregnant fiance and for his son, and so that pushed back the surgery a little bit. And then after the birth of his son, he was ready to come back to the States, but he had trouble with COVID getting on the plane. I know a lot of guys had trouble coming back from overseas to get back into the States for the surgery. As he kicks and fires, ground ball to the right side. Cornelius all over it onto first. There's one away, but Monasterio shifts over to third. So it took him 2 months longer than when he was going to come back after the birth of his son to get the surgery, because of all of, you know, getting on a plane was so difficult with COVID and everything, that it took him 2 months longer. So obviously, going back in time, he said, would he have gotten the surgery right away? Of course. But you can't look back like that, he says, and he chooses to focus on the recovery that he's doing and how well that's going, and looking forward to be backing, hopefully, to the big club by the end of this season. Bo Naylor steps up to face Dominguez. A foul ball will be strike number 1. The infield is going to come in now. They're going to try to preserve the run, as Monasterio over on third, and there's only one out on the board. Dominguez kicks and fires to Naylor outside. And the righty gets a ground ball into the glove of Luke Miller. Is going to be run over to first. He has to pause to give a look at Monasterio over on third, and he's going to beat out Bo Naylor to first. A huge play by Luke Miller. They were playing in, so that could have easily bounced over his head, but he made a jump, was able to make the catch, and then hustle over to first. And Monasterio forced to stay on third. So now with 2 outs, the infield is going to back up, and Dominguez is going to go after Jonathan Engelman here. Also a victim of COVID-19, also delayed his surgery. So Dominguez just can't believe, you know, how he came through everything that he went through in the past few years, and is still kind of looking on the bright side and the process, and really enjoying, you know, being a father now, he says. So a lot has changed for him over in the past few years, but his pitch is looking really good right now. Late life fastball and a high velocity slider, which you don't often see. 1 ball, 1 strike here to Engelman. He'll come inside. 2-1. So July 30th of last year was when he got the procedure. And it's a 12 to 8 month recovery period. So just reaching just over a year, as the pitch in the dirt will be blocked by Colby Fitch. Dominguez sets up on the first base side of the rubber. Here's the 2-2. Ground ball foul, and we'll have to go again. We'll probably see him for only an inning today, and then likely at least another inning while the Fightin' Phils are home. For the next 2 weeks, could likely have him on the roster for quite a bit, though Major League rehabs don't add to that roster cap, as Engelman gets a piece of this to stay alive. 2-2. So the Fightins right now have 26 men on the roster with 1 Major League rehab, and the AA rosters are capped at 28. So the rehab appearance does not add to the Fightins roster, so they still do have 2 open spots. Leans down, gets the sign from his catcher, Colby Fitch. Here's the 2-2 to Engelman. Swing and a miss. A drop third strike by Fitch, and this is not going to work out in anybody's favor as Dominguez gets the strikeout on a wild pitch. But it goes all the way to the backstop, so not only does the runner reach first, but the run at third scores. And so it is 6-0 RubberDucks here in the top of the 5th. And a runner will reach on first on the strikeout wild pitch. And here's Marcos Gonzalez now. Dominguez will start things off with a cold strike. Runner on first, Dominguez is going to go over there. But Engelman able to step back in time. He'll miss upstairs, 1-1. Kicks and fires home, this one a little bit low. I'm sure they're probably keeping Dominguez on a pitch count as well. He is up to 24 as he's got a 3-1 count here to Gonzalez. I would probably say they cap him at 30, whether or not he gets out of the 1 inning. The runner is going to second, a fly ball out to left. Going back at the warning track, Josh Steven, he jumps, but it's over the fence. And a 2-run home run for Marcos Gonzalez off of Dominguez will make the RubberDucks up by 8 here with 2 outs in the top of the 5th. That's the second home run for the RubberDucks in today's game. Gonzalez's first, his 5th of the season. And now we'll get to the number 9 hitter in Jose Fermin. Nobody on the base paths. And he'll send a liner out to left. Steven tracking back, and it will be back-to-back home runs for the RubberDucks as the umpire signaling a home run, although it bounces back into the field of play. And Fermin will round the bases. That's his 2nd of the series and his 2nd in total in Double-A baseball, as Dominguez gives up 2 back-to-back. And they're going to go argue about the home run as Bryson Stott is talking to the third base umpire, Emil Jimenez. Sean Williams is sprinting up to third base as Matt Kroon is getting involved in this. And Williams is pointing, where did that land? The left field wall, the whole wall in Reading Fightin' Phils is lined with a yellow line on top of the wall. And the third base umpire, Emil Jimenez, is saying that it bounced off of the top of it and back into it. And obviously, if Stott saw something, he was closer to the action than any of us. You know, he is arguing with Jimenez. Steven kind of has his back to the wall because he's you know, tracking the ball. So he's not really looking at where it lands. He's looking to try to get it into his glove. So he didn't really have a better angle on this than anybody else, even though he was closest to the wall. So Stott was the one looking back, though. He's waiting for the relay throw. So he's going to argue. So Williams is going to go out there and fight with him. And I guess he doesn't get the answer he's looking for, obviously, because he's going to walk back to the dugout. And he'll go talk to Dominguez, as I'm pretty sure the day is done for Dominguez with 26 pitches. And so we will take a call to the bullpen to find out who's going to come in for relief for the major leaguer as he gets claps heading off of the field. Got 2 outs in this half inning, and we're going to take a short break.
The Penn State Health St. Joseph's 67 Club is the original hospitality area at FirstEnergy Stadium. Conveniently located along the third base side, the 67 Club gives you front row seat to all the action at the hot corner. The area is safely protected from line drives with large see-through netting. Starting at $31, groups of 20 or more can enjoy a 2.5-hour all-you-can-eat buffet. Children 4 and under are free. Visit Fightins.com or call us at 610-370-FALL to reserve your group outing.
You can add a delicious all-you-can-eat buffet to any Reading Fightin' Phil's game ticket for only $18. No need to visit the concession stands. You can add a 2.5-hour all-you-can-eat buffet to any ticket. Selection includes barbecue chicken, barbecue sandwiches, cheeseburgers, hamburgers, hot dogs, mac and cheese, corn, pasta salad, baked beans, potato salad, chips, fruit, cookies, and Pepsi products. Call the Fightins at 610-370-BALL, order online at Fightins.com, or visit the Weidenhammer ticket office at FirstEnergy Stadium.
The R. Phils and Savage 61 are excited to bring you Fightins baseball live from the comfort of your own home. If you are listening to this now, you're probably watching on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch. Thanks for tuning in, and feel free to check us out on rphils.com/pressbox for all the elite baseball information on the Fightin' Phils.
Well, Carlo Reyes is going to come in for Sir Anthony Dominguez here and try to get us out of the top of the 5th inning. Dominguez out on pitch count, as they probably didn't want to get him over 26, and not just that, he'll have back-to-back home runs. And so it is 9-0, excuse me. The Akron RubberDucks lead the Reading Fightin' Phils. There are 2 outs here in the 5th, so Carlo Reyes is going to come in to face Clark Scolamero, who came in to pinch hit for Will Benson back in the 4th. And that is the top of the RubberDucks order. So we'll see if Reyes can get us out of this inning, as the righty on 1 pitch gets a pop-up out to center field. Ortiz is tracking it over a couple steps, and on 1 pitch, Reyes gets the job done. A fly out to center field will end the inning, and Reading is down by 9 as we go into the bottom of the 5th.
Nursing home neglect is a serious problem. If you or a loved one has suffered from bed sores obtained in a nursing home or a fall down in a nursing home resulting in a fracture, our friends at Swartz Culleton can help. Call the attorneys at Swartz Culleton for a free consultation. Their phone number is 1-800-JUSTICE. That's 1-800-587-8423. Once again, call 1-800-JUSTICE today. Swartz Culleton is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fightin' Phils. The Reading Fightin' Phils are proud to partner with Humane Pennsylvania throughout the 2021 season. Humane Pennsylvania is the region's premier leader in animal welfare and empowers the people in our communities to increase their capacity to care for animals so that all animals are safe, healthy, and treated humanely. Humane Pennsylvania is proud to be a Fiesta Friday and Bark in the Park sponsor. Learn more about Humane Pennsylvania and how you can help build the best community anywhere to be an animal by visiting humanepa.org.
To enjoy a perfectly crafted 1893 from the makers of Pepsi Cola, you must first appreciate its carefully selected ingredients. A dash of cola nut extract, a hint of real sugar, a splash of sparkling water, and a generous amount of attractive spokesperson. Trust me, I'm gorgeous. Cheers to 1893 boldly blended colas, a delicious balancing act of premium ingredients from the makers of Pepsi Cola.
Well, Juan Hillman is going to come out for the bottom of the 5th, and he has a 9 run lead to work with for his team. Chris Cornelius is going to send the first pitch he sees out to left, a sliding Scolomario. Can't come up with it, and it bounces off the wall. Cornelius into second with his second double in Double-A, and Reading will once again start off an inning with a base runner. Here in the bottom of the fifth, they trail by 9, so they have quite a bit of catching up to do. As the number 9 hitter Gonzalez comes up, but he does have one of the 5 hits for the Fightin' Phils in today's contest, so we'll see if he can do it again. The rookie just has one Double-A bat. Gonzalez takes the first pitch strike, and he'll chase at an off-speed pitch upstairs, 0-2. Well hit ball there by Chris Cornelius out to the left field wall. Probably the hardest hit ball off of Hillman that we've seen today. And he is in the bottom of the 5th inning with 70 pitches. I imagine the RubberDucks will let him go well into the 90s, though I do see some light stretching going on in the pen, but sometimes those guys just like to get up and keep moving. And with a runner on second, Gonzalez fouls the pitch off to stay alive. Akron 9 runs on 8 hits. Reading no runs on 5 hits. They've made no errors in the field, though. And Hillman's going to go home on a breaking ball. He'll get Gonzalez a swinging strike, and that's out number 1 here in the bottom of the 5th. Jalen Ortiz heading up to the plate. He's 1 for 2 today. Ground ball up the third baseline, but it's foul. Well, the Eagles starting in their first preseason game tonight. I think they had a 7:30 start against the Pittsburgh Steelers. And that game was at the Link. It's at halftime right now. The Eagles up 16-7 over the Steelers. And obviously just the first preseason game, so not hugely important, but you like to get a good way to start the season. Both Hurts and Flacco, the 2 big QBs for the Eagles, have some yards. Flacco threw for 1 touchdown. Had more time in the game than Hurts today. Hurts will be the starting quarterback when the actual season begins. Ortiz holds off on a pitch right down the middle that evens the count, 2-2. High pop-up is going to go foul, and Ortiz is going to get to keep going in this at-bat. Jake Elliott, 3 for 3 in field goal attempts tonight. Longest 50 yards. So kicking at 100% right now in the preseason game. And we'll check in with our other affiliates. Scranton up 8-2 over Lehigh Valley. They're playing at PNC Field. And Jersey Shore is trailing Hudson Valley 6-1 right now. And earlier I said Clearwater and Tampa were rained out. Hillman is going to look back at Cornelius at second, and he'll step off the rubber as he is really slowed down pitching out of the stretch right now. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here to Ortiz as the righty steps inside the batter's box. Inside, 2-2. Cornelius out on second. There's only 1 out on the board, though. And Jalen Ortiz up at the plate. Hillman coming home. Ortiz is going to stay alive as this one enters the stands. And that is the 7th pitch of the at-bat. Still nobody up in the pen as Hillman nearing 80 pitches. And the full count here to Jalen Ortiz. He'll chase and strike out off the hands of Hillman for the first time today. That is 2 away. And Hillman's 5th strikeout of the evening. As Bryson Stott is heading to the plate with a runner in scoring position and 2 outs on the board. Called strike to Bryson Stott. The infield backing up, although Rocchio keeping an eye on Cornelius out at second. Started this inning off with a double. Reading trails by 9 here in the bottom of the 5th. Bryson Stott takes a called strike. That was all in the framing by Bo Naylor behind the plate. Just really allowed that to come up into his glove in the strike zone. Runner on second and 2 outs for Bryson Stott. The lefty Hillman to the lefty batter. Here's the 0-2. It's high, and Stott's going to get to go again. And Stott will chase for strike 3. So Hillman, a leadoff double, and then he strikes out the side. Will get the Fightin' Phils down in the bottom of the 5th. And as we head into the top of the 6th, Reading trails by 9.
The Reading Fightin' Phils are proud to partner with Mao Beer throughout the 2021 season. Mao Beer and Mao Cinco Estrellas Lager, which is available in the Stadium Plaza Bar, has 128 amazing years of brewing history. Founded in 1890 in Spain, Mao Beer has always been there to satisfy the most demanding taste buds. Make sure to pick up Mao Beer and Mao Cinco Estrellas Lager at FirstEnergy Stadium at our Plaza Bar throughout the 2021 season and at your local retailer. Mao Beer is a proud partner of the Reading Fightin' Phils and all 2021 Fiesta Friday celebration games. Mao Beer, the 5-star taste and the quintessential beer from Madrid. Please drink responsibly.
At Savage 61, our goal is to assist you in making a confident decision. Our friendly, professional staff members are available to answer your questions and listen to your needs. Whether you're shopping for a new or pre-owned vehicle, we're ready to help you with your search. Visit our dealership at Pottsville Pike today. Fastball, curveball, slider, it's the pitcher's grips that make the difference. And when it comes to cornering, braking, and traction, CJ's Tires and Automotives can improve your car's grip with a new set of Hankook tires. Hankook tires are known for great handling and reliability mile after mile. Together, Hankook Tires and CJ's are your winning team. So whatever your vehicle needs, an oil change, state inspection, brakes, alignments, or Hankook tires, trust CJ's Tires and Automotives in Fairless Hills. CJ Tires and Automotives. They really are better, faster, and more affordable.
Carlo Reyes is going to come in for the 6th after getting the final out of the 5th on one pitch, a fly ball out to center. And Reyes still rocking a 0 ERA. Very interesting, though. 6 1/3 innings of work here in Reading. He's given up 8 hits and 6 runs, including a grand slam. But none of them were earned, as he comes out often with runners already on. So he inherits a lot of runners. And so, although he has allowed runs to cross, they are not his. And then he's also pitched in 3 scoreless appearances as well. So he still holds a 0.00 ERA. And I find that pretty impressive here for Carlo Reyes as he faces Brian Rocchio. 2 balls, 1 strike. And he gets a called strike on the outside corner to Rocchio. A really nice frame from Colby Fitch behind the plate. Reading trails by 9 here in the top of the 6th. Reyes looking to get them down quickly and send his team back to bat. A fly ball out to left. Josh Steven is going to jump at the fence, but it is over the wall, and the 4th home run of the day for the Akron RubberDucks puts them up by 10 here as a solo shot from Brian Rocchio, his first of the AA season, will put the 10th run on the board for the AA RubberDucks, and that is Carlos Reyes' first earned run of the season there. So, nobody out here for Stephen Kwan. He'll foul back the first pitch he sees. The wind really helping the RubberDucks today, pushing out from center field. And Kwan takes the ball to count 1-1. Two balls, 2 strikes here to Stephen Kwan. Reyes looking for his first out of this half inning. And the pitch is in the dirt. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Kwan tries to help Fitch out by poking it back to the catcher with his bat like a game of golf. And it's a full count here to Stephen Kwan. We'll see who wins this at-bat as Reyes trying to notch the first out. Kwan 1 for 3 today. And he'll get a called strike looking. He thought it was ball 4, ready to toss his bat. But he'll actually have to walk back to the plate without number 1. Andrew Monasterio on the first pitch he sees sends a fly ball out to center field. This one will get hung up in the air, and Ortiz has enough time to come over and make the catch. Back-to-back outs for Reyes, and it's Will Brennan who heads up to the plate. Everybody in the starting 9 and then some has reached first successfully in today's contest, whether it be on a free pass like a walk or a hit by pitch, or on a hit. And somebody actually reached on a strikeout. So that's impressive for the RubberDucks as Brennan takes a first pitch strike. Reyes allowed a solo shot to lead it off, but he's trying to get out of the top of the 6th with just 1 run of damage. Ground ball right side. Cornelius all over it, on to first, and Reyes gets 3 straight outs to end the inning. Reading trails by 10, but it's their turn to bat here in the bottom of the 6th.
Better pitching, faster base runners, and more runs batted in usually beats the competition. At CJ's Tire and Automotive, better selection, faster service, and more affordable options always beats the competition. When it comes to tires, CJ's MVP choice is a new set of Falken tires. Falken tires are known for handling, reliability, and value. And for more than 50 years, CJ's has been helping customers find the right tires at the right price. Together, Falken Tires and CJ's are a winning team. Stop in any time at your local CJ's or shop online at cjtires.com. CJ Tires and Automotive. Better, faster, and more reliable.
We've been privileged at ROG Orthodontics to be part of the local community for over 60 years, creating generations of fantastic smiles.
We're honored to be voted the #1 orthodontist year after year, and proud to be the top Invisalign provider in the region.
We passionately believe we're changing lives every day right here in the community where we live.
We offer interest-free, flexible payment plans
and provide monthly scholarship programs for free braces.
Be sure to check out our magnet contest to win free braces.
We love seeing our patients' successes, knowing we had a part in changing lives.
One fantastic smile at a time.
Savage 61 is a proud sponsor of Fiesta Fridays. Enjoy an R-Phil's game, great food, music, and entertainment. The team will play as Los Luchadores de Reading Latino Tribute uniforms. Visit Timmy Profit and Savage 61 Pennsylvania's most awarded dealership for all your automotive needs.
Well, Juan Hillman's day is done after he comes out of 5 innings of work. Couldn't say a more solid frame for the starter for the RubberDucks. Probably going to come away with his 10th win of the season. You know, can't say 100% since the Fightin' Phils still have some time, and if the RubberDucks scored 10, then they can as well, though they're down by 10 here in the bottom of the 6th. Hillman, 5 innings of work, 5 hits, no runs, 2 walks, and 6 strikeouts. And Dakota Clemmer is going to come in to pitch for Hillman here in the 6th. He'll have to face off the heart of Reading's order with Matt Kroon, Luke Miller, and Grenny Kumana. And Kroon heads out to the dish, 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts today. Reading has 5 hits on the day, haven't made an error in the field. And Akron has 10 runs on 9 hits. They have not made an error as well. But the wind is blowing straight out to center field, and it's helped the RubberDucks have 4 home runs today. And obviously the Fightin' Phils have the opportunity to do the same as Matt Kroon chases this first offering 0-1. Kroon holds off on a ball outside. Dakota Clemmer out of Washington. Usually a back end of the bullpen guy for the RubberDucks, but we see him first today as Hillman went 5 innings of work. Kroon takes the 2-1 outside. 3-1 from the reliever to Cody Clemmer. The righty Hillman hands it over to the righty. The 3.22 ERA this season. He's got 3 wins under his belt, but all 25 of his appearances have been in relief this season. And Kroon is going to take ball 4. So for the 6th time in this game, Reading will start off their half inning with a runner on base. This time it's on a free pass to Kroon. They haven't been able to get any of them across yet, as Luke Miller is going to try to make something happen with 1 on and nobody out. This is Clemmer's first season in Double-A, as he spent 2019 in the short season and then the High A Carolina League. And so far, this is looking like one of his best minor league seasons since joining the Indians back in 2016 in the 19th round. Clemmer gets a swinging strike out of Miller, 0-2. The righty steps up on the first base side of the rubber. He raises his hands above his head, then his glove settles at the chest. He kind of has more of a sidearm delivery, as his slot is closer to shoulder length. And so Miller is going to go down swinging on 3 straight pitches, and there's 1 away here in the 6th. For Granny Kumana. Matt Kroon still out on first. And the righty has his back to Kroon. He's going to focus on the batter here as he bends over, gets this the called sign from Bo Naylor behind the plate. And you could see his release is almost straight out, whereas most guys come overhead. Clemmer with kind of more of a sidearm swipe. Gets a strike into Kumana. He'll look back at first. And now he's going to come home in the dirt. Grenny holds off for ball number 1. Clemmer kicks and fires home. Another pitch inside. And a good hold from Kumana to make it 2-1. Runner on first, just 1 out on the board. Kumana's going to chase an off-speed pitch, and the count evens at 2. Infield and outfield playing straight up here to Grenny Kumana. Clemmer kicks and fires home, and Kumana strikes out swinging. Back-to-back Ks from Clemmer here for 2 outs. And here is Josh Stephen. Reading has now struck out 8 times off the hands of the Akron RubberDucks. And here's Josh Stephen, who's 0 for 1 today with a walk. He'll have a runner on first now. And Stephen just 1 RBI behind Luke Miller, who leads the team. Stephen has 32. He doesn't have a runner in scoring position, but he does have Matt Kroon over on first. Takes a ball down and away, 1-1. Clemmer upstairs. Josh Stephen holds off. 2 balls, 1 strike. On deck, should we get to him, is Colby Fitch. And since I don't see anybody warming up for Reading, have to assume that Carlo Reyes will come out for another inning of work. Steven fouls one off to stay alive. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs on the board. Reading does have a runner on first, but they don't have a run today, so they trail by 10 in the bottom of the 6th. We're starting to merge into the back part of this ball game. And Steven gets a called strike, so Clemmer strikes out the side after a lead-off walk to get out of the inning. Back-to-back innings of pitchers striking out the side to end the Fightin' Phils, and it will be Carlo Reyes who comes back for another inning of work here in the top of the 7th.
The Reading Fightin' Phils are proud to partner with the Berks County Mental Health and Developmental Disabilities Program. Together, we are striking out the stigma in order to raise community awareness about mental illness and the prevention of suicide. With 3 simple words, are you okay? The hope is to begin a conversation to show Berks County that we care. Suicide affects and hurts everyone, but help is here, and we'll work together to raise awareness about suicide and identify what we can do as a community to prevent it. People in need of assistance and support should call Crisis Intervention at 610-236-0530. That's 610-236-0530. The Fightin' Phils know who to call for trash and recycling services. A proven winner, JP Mascaro & Sons. The industry leader for over 50 years. Trust the familiar Mascaro Blue Elephant to provide dependable, quality service for your home or business. That's JP Mascaro & Sons, one of the top companies in its industry. Trash and recycling services for home, business, and industry. We are hiring and have open positions in Berks County. Check our website for open positions at jpmascaro.com or call 1-888-MASCARO. JP Mascaro & Sons, ready to serve you.
Carlo Reyes back for another inning of work here in the top of the 7th as we merge into the back half of this ball game. Gave up a leadoff home run in the 6th, but then was able to regain control, got 3 consecutive outs to get out of the inning. So he will come in for the 3rd inning because he got 1 out in the 5th. That only took him 1 pitch though, so not too high on pitch count here in relief. 15 to get an inning and a 3rd, and he'll face off against Bo Naylor, Engelman, and Gonzalez, the 6, 7, and 8 guys. As outside to Naylor, 1-0. Infield back deep, outfield the same, as the ball is carrying off of the bats of the RubberDucks today. 1 for 3 is the catcher Naylor, but he'll take a strike to even out the count. Naylor spent time at the alt site and the instructional league back in 2020. And something they've really been working on for him is his arm down to second. He's had trouble catching runners. And what I find really interesting is that they actually turned to the pitching coaches to try to help him with his throwing mechanics and with his arm strength. So that's what he worked on a lot in the instructional league, was with the pitching coaches, not, to catch pitchers, but just to work on his throwing mechanics down to second. And they said that has really, helped him in this ball game, as he's actually thrown out a runner in the 4th. But now he'll take a foul ball off of Carlo Reyes. 2 balls, 2 strikes here. The righty for Reading sets up. He'll take a step back with his left leg, kick and fire home. A pop-up into left field, and Josh Steven running in makes the catch. That was a tricky one in shallow left, one that easily could have dropped, but the hustle was there from Josh Steven to make the catch, 1 away. So, with that, here's Jonathan Engelman. Reyes kicks and fires, strike number 1. Nice night here at the ballpark. Tomorrow's game, a 7:05 start on a Friday, then 2 games in a doubleheader on Saturday. The first one beginning at 4:30 as Engelman swings and misses 0-2. This time, Reyes will send a ball to Engelman, 1-2. Engelman, one of the only RubberDucks without a hit to his name today, 0 for 3, but he did reach on that strikeout wild pitch. And a ball in the dirt that bounces over the head of Colby Fitch is 2-2. And Reyes was ahead 0-2, but now he has this count at full. And we'll see who comes out on top as Reyes takes a deep breath. Here's the payoff pitch to Engelman. He'll stay alive, popping at foul. So we'll have to go again. Here's the 3-2. Liner out to left field, tracking Josh Steven. It's over the fence and into the left field deck. Home run number 5 for the RubberDucks and run number 11 as Jonathan Engelman sends his 6th home run of the season out to the left field picnic area. And the RubberDucks lead 11-0 over Reading here in the top of the 7th.
The first baseman, number 17, Marcos Gonzalez.
Here's Marcos Gonzalez now. He's had one of those bombs back in the 5th. Two for 2 today, also has a walk. And he'll take 2 straight balls from Carlo Reyes. There's one out here in the top of the 7th. And that was Reyes' just 2nd earned run here in AA. Liner that drops in front of Steven, travels all the way to the wall. And stopping at first is Gonzalez as a really quick throw back in from Josh Steven will hold the runner up. And so there's 1 on with 1 out here for Jose Fermin. Fermin also had a home run in the 5th. They went back to back. And he'll be up with a runner on first and just 1 away. Colby Fitch comes out quickly to talk to Reyes. And now he'll head back behind the plate. Ground ball left side. This could be 2, 5, 4, 3. And a double play from Carlo Reyes ends the inning. A great start by Matt Kroon over on 3rd. And that wraps things up here in the top of the 7th. 1-run scores. Reading leads by 11, but it's their turn to bat after stretch time here at the ballpark.
There you are in the great wide open when you hear it. Dinner time. When you're hungry, you're not going to let 5,000 feet of mountain get in your way. And if they try, that's what Kia's lineup of exceptionally capable SUVs with available all-wheel drive is for. The Telluride, Sorento, Sportage, and Seltos are how you know we take this pretty seriously. The SUVs and the dinner. Hurry into your local Kia dealer today. Kia, movement that inspires.
Visit kia.com for details. Always drive safely.
T-Mobile is the leader in 5G coverage and speed. No one else covers more Americans with the fastest 5G. The R-Phils are proud to introduce T-Mobile as the title sponsor of our Plaza Stage. Fightin' Phils fans can continue to expect great performances on game days and non-game days. The T-Mobile stage is home to great bands, such as the Truest Fightin's mascot band and many others. It will also continue to house great musical performances during the off-season.
Unlike any other area at FirstEnergy Stadium, the Stadium 61 Dugout Suite puts you at the closest seat to the action on field, located just feet away from the diamond on the first base side. With covered seating, ability and motion accessible seating, and the most unique view around, your group will thank you over and over again for a one-of-a-kind experience. Tickets for the Dugout Suite are $27 and include options to add food or drink packages.
Skylar Arias is going to come in for Dakota Clemmer as the RubberDucks make a call to the Alvernia University Golden Wolves bullpen. As Arias steps on to the rubber, he'll face the 7, 8, 9 batters for the Reading Fightin' Phils. They trail by 11 runs here in the bottom of the 7th inning. They do have 5 hits to their name. But Akron has scored early and often in this ball game. 5 in the 3rd, 4 in the 5th, 1 in the 6th, and 1 in the 7th off of 5 home runs. Colby Fitch going to start things off. He'll get into the lefty batter's box. And Arias down and away. Ball number 1. Akron 11 runs on 11 hits. Reading no runs on 5 hits. Nobody's made an error in the field, so that is a bright spot in this ball game. As Fitch checks his swing. Doesn't matter, it's a called strike. Fitch settles into the lefty batter's box, takes another offering down and away, 2-1. Reading has started every inning off so far with a batter reaching first, whether it by a walk or a base knock. And so we'll see if they continue that streak here in the 7th. As Fitch holds off on another pitch outside the strike zone, 3-1. The opportunity to take first here is quite possible. Way inside, Fitch gets a little chin music. He has to bounce back. And he'll head down to first on a free pass. So Reading does it again. They'll have another base runner reach first. They haven't made anything out of it yet, as nobody has crossed the plate. And here's Chris Cornelius now. He's had one of the 5 hits for Reading today. Fitch taking a lead off of first as Cornelius takes ball 1. The lefty Arias does have a good vantage point on Fitch. And right into the glove of the shortstop goes Cornelius. So that is out number 1. Fitch forced to stay on first. And here is Oscar Gonzalez, 1 for 2 today. Now, Fitch may be the catcher, but he does have the highest stolen base count for Reading right now with 4. And he did spend a month of the season on the injured list, so that is pretty impressive. Obviously, Gamboa had more, but had the call up to AAA. Pitch takes a slight read off of first as Gonzalez takes ball number 1. He'll foul his second offering back. 1-1. Gonzalez, another one back up the right field line and into the plaza. And he's just a little bit late to Arias' pitches here. So he'll settle back into the third base side of the rubber. He's going to look over at the runner on first. And he'll go outside to Gonzalez. The count evens at 2. A wild pitch gets away from Arias, honestly. Didn't even come anywhere near the batter's box, and so Fitch is going to advance to second. So Reading has a runner in scoring position here with just 1 out. And Gonzalez, a full count. Here's the payoff pitch. Another foul ball from Oscar, and we'll do it again. Fitch on second, 1 out. Here's the payoff pitch up the right field line. And it is a foul. Gonzalez did move it closer to the playing field, though. He had 2 into the plaza. This one maybe 2 feet into foul territory. One out on the board for Skylar Arias and the RubberDucks. He'll look back at the runner on second. Now he's going to come home with a 3-2. Gonzalez strikes out swinging. And there's 2 outs here for the Fightins as we go back to the top of the order with Jalen Ortiz. One ball, no strikes here to Jalen Ortiz. He's 1 for 3 on the day. Sends a ball high into the sky. Naylor rips his mask off. Will it stay in the field? It will. He's nowhere near it as he slips on the warning track. And Ortiz is going to get another shot of it after that just goes in as a strike. Colby Fitch is out on second here with 2 outs. Ortiz a 1-1 count. And this hits Ortiz in the hand as he looks a little bit phased, but is going to walk in the direction of first. And seems okay as he runs down to first. No visit from the trainer. And so 2 free passes issued by Arias now, as Reading has a runner on first and second here with Bryson Stott heading up to the plate. Stott is waiting for Ortiz. Down at first, just making sure he's okay before he steps into the batter's box. Lefty on lefty matchup here. Arias will look over at the runner on first. The RubberDucks not going to hold on anybody here with 2 outs, as Bryson Stott takes a called strike. Stott fouls this one back over the roof, and he's down 0-2. Here's the offering by Arias. Stott chases down and away for strike number 3, and Reading will strand 2 runners on the base pass here in the bottom of the 7th. As they trail by 11, it'll be Akron's turn back on the mound.
The Acme Distribution Center in Denver, Pennsylvania is hiring warehouse positions now. Attend Acme's job fair Saturday, August 28th at 500 South Muddy Creek Road in Denver, Pennsylvania. Starting rate of $19.30 per hour, including premiums. Potential first-year earnings of over $50,000. Acme offers industry-leading benefit packages with family coverage and a $2,500 retention bonus. Hiring this Saturday, August 28th. To learn more or register, go to hiringeventdenverpa.com. Savage Auto Groups is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fightin' Phils. Our large inventory and wide selection of models, along with competitive pricing, allow us to make great deals on many vehicle makes and models. Visit Savage 61, Kia, and L&B in Berks County for all your automotive needs. Established in 1928, the Manor Golf Club is one of the oldest public courses in eastern Pennsylvania. Located conveniently between Philadelphia, Lancaster, and Allentown in Sinking Spring, the Manor Golf Club offers a true test of golf on a traditional championship-style golf course where shot making takes precedence over length. Visit themanorgolfclub.com for more information.
It wasn't low, it was higher, man. Congratulations, buddy. I know you're a big Philly fanatic fan. Here's those 4 tickets August 22nd. The guys finally win one again. That's the PSCCU High-Low game. Now batting for the RubberDucks, the left fielder number 39, Clark Scolomero.
Well, Reading is going to turn to Carlo Reyes for another inning of work, which is pretty impressive here for Reyes as he's entering his 4th inning on the mound, 2 1/3 though. Has allowed solo shots in the 6th and the 7th, and he'll start it off with the top of the order. Clark Scolomero fouls off the first pitch he sees and then takes a ball. The count is 1-1. Now, Reading has a shortened roster, just 26 of 28 positions filled, as Scolomero chases tied up on the inside, 1-2. And Reading is down by 11 runs, so Williams is going to have to use his pitching staff wisely here. Reyes has pitched 3 innings as his longest outing of relief. And he did that back on June 25th against the Brooklyn Cyclones when he was in high A. But he gets a strikeout from Scolamero to start off this inning. So there's one away now for Brian Rocchio, who had a home run back in the 6th. But this time it'll just be a fly out to center field. 2 away here from Reyes. And that'll put him at 3 innings of work technically on out. So if he makes another out, that will be his longest outing of the season so far. And here is Stephen Kwan, who's 1 for 4 today with that 2 RBI single in the 3rd. Fly ball deep to right field. Kumana tracking back. It's going to bounce off the Stratic Systems billboard. Chasing on to 3rd is Stephen Kwan, but instead he's going to hold up at 2nd. And so a runner in scoring position with 2 outs for the RubberDucks. Here's Andrew Monasterio. And this is a big bat in the lineup for the RubberDucks, as he is 2 for 4 with a home run and a double in today's contest, and does have 48 RBIs on the season, a team high for the RubberDucks. Reyes looking for a clean frame here in the top of the 8th to put his team back up to bat. One ball, 1 strike here to Monasterio. Kyle Dowie is warming up in the bullpen for Reading. I would be interested if he came in this half inning, although Reyes nearing 40 pitches, trying to get out of the top of the 8th. Already has 2 outs on the board. Gets a swinging strike with 91 here to Monasterio. And 1 ball, 2 strike. He's a strike away from getting out of this frame cleanly. There is a runner on 2nd, though. Akron 11 runs on 12 hits. Reading no runs on 5 hits. And it's fouled back into the stands behind home plate. So the count will remain 1-2 with 2 outs here and a runner on 2nd in the top of the 8th inning. Reyes steals upstairs, and Monasterio holds off. 93 off the hand of Carlos Reyes with his 42nd pitch here. Looking for out number 3 in the top of the 8th, trying to strand a runner on 2nd to the biggest bat in the RubberDucks lineup. Here's the 2-2. Another foul ball, and Monasterio stays alive. Monasterio holds off on a ball outside, and Reyes has to work off of a full count here. Looking for out number 3 in this half inning. Monasterio looking for hit number 3. Reyes out of the stretch here with a runner on 2nd. 2 outs on the board in the top of the 8th. He'll kick and fire home a deep fly ball out to center. Ortiz tracking back. It's going to be off the wall, so a run scores. And it'll be a stand-up double for Monasterio, his 2nd double of the day and his 3rd extra base hit, as back-to-back double plates the 12th run for the RubberDucks. Stephen Kwan crossing the plate It is 12-0 here at FirstEnergy Stadium in the top of the 8th inning, and Sean Williams is going to come out and take the ball away from Reyes in favor of Kyle Dowie here for the final out in the top of the 8th inning.
The Auto Ride of Reading Power Alley Pub features a 2.5-hour all-you-can-eat buffet, private bar with a bartender, 2 rows of seats, bar stool seating, and 4 cafe tables. The pub provides your party a private area to enjoy the ball game away from other fans. Auto Ride of Reading Power Alley Pub may accommodate up to 30 people. Enjoy socializing with your group and watch the game from a unique vantage point. Visit rphils.com for more information.
When the Red and Fightin' Phils get hungry, we turn to our team feed partners. Special thanks to Wyomissing's Family Restaurant Bakery, PJ Willahan's Pub and Restaurant, Collegeville Italian Bakery Pizzeria Napolitana, Jimmy G's Railroad House, Mimo's Italian Restaurant and Pizzeria, and Klingers on Carsonia for making sure the Fightin' Phils front office is never hungry on game day. Our staff enjoys delicious meals from our team feed partners, but don't take our word for it. Find out for yourself today. Gear up for the Fightin' Phils season. Visit the Brentwood Industries Fightin' Phils team store at FirstEnergy Stadium, or check out our online store 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at rphils.com/shop. We have a wide variety of Fightin' Phils hats, t-shirts, kids apparel, and more. Looking for something new? Check out our latest selection of Los Luchadores de Reading and Reading hot dog gear, plus throwback black R-Trains R-Phils attire. Root for your Fightins in style. Stop by the Brentwood Industries Fightins team store or rphils.com/.
Well, Kyle Dowie comes in for Carlo Reyes, looking for the final out here in the top of the 8th. 1 run has already scored back-to-back doubles from Quan and Monasterio. Allowed a run to score for the RubberDucks. They have now scored in 4 straight innings. And with a runner on second, that is not his. Will Brennan will come up to the plate to face Kyle Dowie here and just try to get us out of this inning. Reyes, 3 innings worked, though, can't have his final line. He is responsible for the runner out on second. And Brennan is 0 for 3 today. The only player in the starting 9 to not record a hit today, though, did reach first on a walk. And he fouls back the first pitch he sees, 0-1. Dowie pitches a ball outside. Here's the 1-1 swing and a miss. 93 from Kyle Dowie is strike number 2 to Brennan. And Monasterio taking a nice lead out on second. Dowie not phased, just trying to come in and get the job done here for the Fightin' Phils. And here's the 1-2. A ground ball right back to the pitcher, Dowie, cleanly over to first, and that'll be out number 3 as Kyle Dowie gets the batter out here and ends the top of the 8th inning. Reading down by 12 as we go into the bottom of the 8th.
Shots Electric has been in business 45 years. Tompkins Vist Bank does everything for us, from our banking to our insurance. They provided us new ideas and solutions. For example, remote deposit. It's very convenient because it's 24/7. I'm confident Tompkins Vist will be with us in the future.
Tompkins Vist Bank and Tompkins Insurance. Service, stability, strength. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender. Tompkins Insurance products are not FDIC insured and are not bank guaranteed.
The Fightins feature special pregame happy hours every Monday through Thursday at the Yuengling Hometown Tap Room. Tompkins Vist Bank Plaza opens at least 2 hours before game time for all happy hours. In addition to $1 off Rusty Rail Brewing thanks to Windsor Distributing, all happy hours feature live music on the T-Mobile stage. That's happy hour every Monday through Thursday home games thanks to Rusty Rail Brewing and Windsor Distributing.
The Reading Fightin' Phil's birthday party package is the best way to celebrate a birthday. Whether you are a youngster or an adult, there is no better birthday than a Fightin's birthday. The Fightin's Fan Birthday Package is customizable for fans of any age and starts at just $120. Base packages include 10 general admission tickets to a Fightin's home game, an autographed baseball, and a VIP reserved parking spot. Fans can also add a wide variety of experiences and options to make sure your favorite Fightin's fan's birthday is a grand slam.
Pitching out of the Alberta University Golden Wolves bullpen, RubberDucks pitcher number 44, Manuel Alvarez. The third baseman, number 12, Matt Cruz.
Another pitching change for the Akron RubberDucks as Manuel Alvarez comes in to face the Fightins in the bottom of the 8th. Matt Kroon fouls off the first pitch he sees. It'll be Kroon, Miller, and Kumana. Now, as I've said the past 7 innings, Reading has started each frame off with a base runner. We'll see if they can do so here in the 8th to continue the streak. Kroon fouls another one back from Alvarez. 98 on the radar gun there. Haven't seen anybody but Anaure Zabala reach the triple-digit mark. Quite possibly Alvarez. No balls, 2 strikes, comes down and away to Kroon. 1-2. Akron, 12 runs on 13 hits. Reading, no runs on 5 hits. They'll be trying not to get shut out in this ball game, as they have here the bottom of the 8th and the bottom of the 9th, since the home team will bat last. Kroon sends one high in the sky. It'll remain in the field of play, whether it's fair or foul. The first baseman coming over and colliding with Alvarez. And it is Alvarez who makes the catch. That is not the pitcher's ball to catch. That is the position player's ball. And I can't tell if he's jokingly pointing at the first baseman or if he's angry that they collided and he almost dropped the ball. But either way, the out is made. And there's one away. Here's Luke Miller. 1 for 2 with a walk. Miller takes a strike. 0-1. Miller will take a step out of the batter's box before he sees pitch number 2. Alvarez shuffling some turf around on the rubber before he steps back, and he really squats all the way down to get the sign from his catcher. Before he stands back up, here's the 0-1 outside, 1-1. 5 home runs from the Akron RubberDucks have really stunned the Fightin' Phils, as they scored 12 runs off of 13 hits. And Miller fouls this one back into the net behind home plate, 1-2. Gets baffled by an off-speed pitch from Alvarez. After seeing 98, he drops it down to 83, which has got to be pretty difficult. And I assume it will be Kyle Dowie who comes in the top of the 9th to finish this ball game for Reading. Swing and a miss, and Miller strikes out for the second time today. That's out number 2 here in the bottom of the 8th. Reading has not had a hit since the 5th inning. And here is Grenny Kumana now, 0 for 3, including the double play he grounded into. Which really set the tone for Reading, since they had the bases loaded but failed to score in the 1st inning. Update on that Eagles preseason game. They trail 24-16 now. No more offensive action by the team. And that's in the 4th quarter. 8:30 left to go. But just a preseason game. Good to get things started. Ground ball right side. Stepping on the bag is the first baseman, Gonzalez. A 1-2-3 inning, the first time Reading has been shut down in order. And that'll be it in the bottom of the 8th as we go to the 9th. Kyle Dowie is on to face the RubberDucks.
At Savage 61, our goal is to assist you in making a confident decision. Our friendly, professional staff members are available to answer all of your questions and listen to all of your needs. Whether you're shopping for a new or pre-owned vehicle, we're ready to help you with your search. Visit our dealership on Pottsville Pike today. The R-Phils and Savage 61 are excited to bring you Fightin's Baseball live from the comfort of your own home. If you are listening to this now, you're probably watching on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch. Thanks for tuning in, and feel free to check us out on rphils.com/pressbox for all the elite baseball information on the Fightin' Phils. The world-famous Fightin' Phils mascot band celebrates its 21st season in 2021, with pregame concerts starting Saturdays in May thanks to Truist. You heard right, actual mascots playing in a rock and roll band. See Quack the Rubber Duck on lead vocals and guitar, Screwball on drums, Bucky on bass, Change Up on bongos, and Blooper on lead guitar. A real band jamming on the T-Mobile stage before Saturday games this season. Don't miss the one-of-a-kind Fightin' Phils mascot band. Pre-game on Saturdays thanks to Truist.
Kyle Dowie in to face the Akron RubberDucks in the top of the 9th inning. Got the out he needed to end the bottom of the 8th. Was called upon to help Carlo Reyes end the inning, and here he is to pitch the 9th. He'll face off against the 6, 7, 8 hitters in Naylor, Engelman, and Gonzalez. 2 of those players have had home runs in tonight's contest. But Dowie has been a very strong relief presence for Reading this season since joining the team later from AAA. Spent some time on the developmental list. A sky-high fly ball out to shallow right center field. It'll be Ortiz who makes the catch. There's one away. Still a lot of fans here at the ballpark despite the score. They're having a great time here on Thursday night, especially at our Beer Fest games. And so they're still energized. They're still entertained. There's a post-game concert. Although this game has not gone in the favor of the Fightin' Phils, still love the hometown support. As Dowie misses outside to Engelman. Dowie will try to sit down the RubberDucks in order to put his team back to bat. They'll just try not to get shut out at this point, as they trail by 12 runs with only 3 outs to go. Dowie gets a swinging strike out of Engelman, 1-1. Swing and a miss, strike number 2. Dowie reaches 93 on the radar gun. And he kicks and fires home. Same exact pitch, but he turns it up a notch. 96 from Kyle Dowie, and that is out number 2 here in the top of the 9th. Here's Marco Gonzalez now. Dowie looking for a 1-2-3 frame that we haven't seen since Jack Perkins did it in the first inning. The infield will back up, as will the outfield here to Gonzalez. He has had a 3-hit day and walk to reach base all 3 times, 2 singles and a home run. Dowie kicks and fires home upstairs. A nice pop by Fitch. 2 balls, no strikes. Akron scored 5 in the 3rd, 4 in the 5th, 1 in the 6th, 1 in the 7th, and 1 in the 8th as Dowie gets a strike out of Gonzalez. I think the heat wave is supposed to continue into tomorrow, and then it should finally settle down for the long weekend, as we have the doubleheader on Friday. Tomorrow's contest, a 7:05 start, or Saturday's the doubleheader. Tomorrow's Friday, 7:05 start, as Dowie gets strike number 2. We'll have post-game fireworks and lots of fun things going on at the ballpark. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Dowie kicks and fires home, and he'll get the strikeout to end the inning. Back-to-back Ks cap off a 1-2-3 frame from Kyle Dowie, which is interesting. That's how the Fightin' Phils have sandwiched this ball game. And as we head into the bottom of the 9th, Reading trails by 12. They'll just try to score a run and not be shut out here in this contest.
The Fightins feature special pregame happy hours every Monday through Thursday at the Yuengling Hometown Tap Room. Tompkins Viss Bank Plaza opens at least 2 hours before game time for all happy hours. In addition to $1 off Rusty Rail Brewing thanks to Windsor Distributing, all happy hours feature live music on the T-Mobile stage. That's happy hour every Monday through Thursday home games thanks to Rusty Rail Brewing and Windsor Distributing.
Savage 61 is a proud sponsor of Fiesta Fridays. Enjoying our Phil's game, great food, music, entertainment, and so much more here at the ballpark. The team will play as the Los Luchadores and will be wearing their Los Luchadores de Reading Latino tribute uniforms. Visit Timmy Profit and Savage 61 Pennsylvania's most awarded dealership for all your automotive deals.
Feasers Incorporated, a family-owned full-line food service distributor located in central Pennsylvania. Services restaurants, sporting facilities, theme amusement parks, healthcare facilities, educational facilities, and other institutions throughout Pennsylvania and the Mid-Atlantic region. For over 100 years, Feasers and its employees have committed themselves to making customer service their highest priority. Feasers works hard to provide customers with the products they require, delivered by their helpful fleet drivers. Feasers is large enough to serve and small enough to care. For more information, call 800-326-2828 or Feasers.com.
Akron is going to go with Manuel Alvarez here for the bottom of the 9th. Alvarez is going to face Stephen Fitch and Cornelius. As Reading is down by 12, they'll try not to get shut out in this contest, as Alvarez got them down 1-2-3 in the 8th. Dowie did it, though, in the top of the 9th. And so we'll see what Reading can do here. In the bottom of the 9th inning at their home ballpark. Alvarez gets a strike on Josh Stephen, and now he'll get 2 as Jasinski behind the plate calls strike number 2. Stephen has been on base back in the second when he walked, but was caught stealing. He'll rope one up the first baseline, but it's just feet shy of being in fair territory. And it will continue on. Bottom of the 9th here at FirstEnergy Stadium. Reading trails by 12. They do have 5 hits on the board today. And this pitch misses downstairs to Josh Stephen. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And a called strike 3 to Josh Stephen. That'll be out number 1 here in the bottom of the 9th. Colby Fitch up at the plate, walked in his last at-bat. Fitch steps into the lefty batter's box to face the righty Alvarez inside for a called strike. 99 there from Manuel Alvarez. And Fitch sets up in the lefty batter's box. Will take an offering in the dirt. First day without rain in a couple of days has made it through this game unscathed. Here I do see some lightning, but it's way off in the distance above the mountains. It's just whether or not you believe that heat lightning is a thing, perhaps what is going on. And Fitch takes ball number 2 on the outside part of the plate. Fitch takes a called strike number 2. The count 2-2 here from Alvarez. The second baseman, Monasterio, shaded a bit towards first here, as Fitch has a larger gap up the middle. The 2-2, he'll chase down and away. And that's a real strong suit from Alvarez as Fitch strikes out swinging, is that he can go from 98 and then throw it down to 83. That is going to fool batters as they don't know what's coming. Back-to-back Ks is 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th. And it's all on Chris Cornelius here. He's 1 for 3 with a double today. Strike number 1. Just a slight breeze here at the ballpark now. The flag blowing gently out in center field. Alvarez once again with a deep squat to get the pitch sign from his catcher, Naylor, who sets up on the outside part of the plate. Strike 2 at the knees of Cornelius, and Reading is down to their final strike as they're an out away from being shut out here at FirstEnergy Stadium. Swing and a miss, and Alvarez strikes out the side as Akron wins this ball game 12-0 here over the Fightin Phils. They're down in the series 2-0, but don't worry, Fightins fans. Game number 3 tomorrow here at FirstEnergy Stadium. 7:05 start at the ballpark. Emily Messina on the air with you tomorrow. I'll see you then.